So, good evening, everyone. So, no music, nothing. So, I'm here. Sometimes we just appear like that, right? And that's still good. So, nice to see you all. Welcome to our Q&A session. And so, if you are ready, if anyone has any questions, let us take it up and we can begin the process of Q&A. And if no questions, then we will just look at each other for some time and then we can go. So whichever you choose. Usha ji is raising her hand. Okay, so let me. हाँ उषा जी अनम्यूट कीजिए.
गुरुजी प्रणाम. गुरुजी
प्रणाम.
सिचुएशन की वजह से मुझे एक क्वेश्चन पूछना चाह रहे हैं.
ओके.
नहीं तो मुझे कभी क्वेश्चन नहीं आता. अभी सिचुएशन ऐसा है मेरा. मैं इतना आध्यात्मिक में इतना इसमें बहुत लीन हो गए. दिन रात हर क्षण महादेव महादेव आप ही का स्मरण, माता का स्मरण, सब डिवाइन सोल भगवान का ही मेरा अंदर चल रहा. गुरु जी
ओके.
इस टाइम पे ऐसा टाइम पे माया भी अटैक होते क्या? कुछ बीच में आके रोकने का कुछ अच्छा हुए तो ऐसा वो शैतान का रूप में आके
ओके.
उसको मैं फाइट करना क्या? फाइट हुआ भी मेरे से. वो मुझे पता नहीं चला कि मेरे अंदर से वो थोड़ा वो हुआ मेरे को. तो वो अटैक ऐसा होते क्या गुरुजी?
ओके. No issues. So Ushaji's question is if she has completely dipped into spirituality, and when she has completely dipped into spirituality, is there any chance like some negativities also might try to deviate her from her path? So Usha ji, अभी भी द्वैत में है कि अद्वैत में है? Are you in duality or in singularity? Not even singularity, अद्वैत.
बोले तो
one and only. आप अभी भी द्वैत में हो कि अद्वैत में हो? Are you in duality or in singularity?
Singularity.
Duality. So can there be a sun without a night? A light without darkness? No.
Dark से night में dark होते हैं, दिन में light होते हैं.
But how do you know that the sun has risen? Because there is no darkness.
आँख खोले तो दिखता.
तो आपका जो सवाल है कि if you are into spirituality, will there be? आपका थोड़ा किस्मत अच्छा है, नहीं तो अब तक ब्रह्मा मेनका उतर जाती थी नीचे. आपने नहीं देखा कि ऋषि मुनि जब भी तपस्या करते थे, even for the greatest of the sages, when they try to do take this path of spirituality, even somebody stops them, is it not? तो प्रथा है, and that is not just the like a regular thing, but it is also kind of a test. You can take it in that way. परीक्षा भी हो सकता है, या तो आपको कुछ सिखाने के लिए भी हो सकता है. या तो आपको
बहुत टाइम हुआ ऐसा. मैं जब से हम स्पिरिचुअलिटी में मैं किशोर जी आने के बाद हम दोनों को बहुत सारे हुआ. तो हमारा इनके नहीं, दूसरा लोग आके ऐसा करना, ऐसा इसको स्टॉप करना. तो जितना स्पिरिचुअलिटी है उतना पावरफुल आ रहे थे. वो जितना पावरफुल हम लोग के वो टाइम पे उतना पावरफुल आया भी हम लोग की लाइफ में. वो शक्ति है बोल के अभी तक हम लोग जी सके. ये 66 ईयर्स 67 ईयर्स तक वो मेरे को ड्रीम्स में भी आते थे. और ये रियल है बोल के मुझे पता चला गुरुजी कुछ हो रहा, मेरे को कुछ आ रहा. वो उसको मैं स्टॉप करी. मैं खुद मेरे अंदर से आपको बोले सको नाम माँ का वो शक्ति आई वो मैं नहीं चिल्लाई, वो आके ऐसा एकदम स्टॉप करे तो वो सामने वाले गिड़गिड़ाए। मैं क्या है, मेरे को इतना शक्ति, वो शक्ति गिड़गिड़ाए।
So
ऐसा हुआ मेरे, दिस इज ट्रू।
so at times that happens. वो वॉल्केनो होता है ना,
हाँ, वॉल्केनो
जम के एक ही बार बस्ट हो जाता है, राइट?
बस होता।
हाँ, सो ऐसा कुछ
फिर
हुआ
मेरे
होगा।
को अंदर से कुछ मालूम नहीं हुआ, मैं कूल हूँ अंदर से, वो एक्टिंग जैसा हुआ मेरे। अरे मैं एक्टिंग करे क्या, मेरा हाथ को कुछ भी टच नहीं हुआ। बिल्कुल आपके घर में कितना ये थे आप देखे ना, उस दिन मैं फुल हैप्पी, फुल जॉय। सब लोग बोल रहे क्या है तुम्हारे फेस में, इतना रौनक है, इतना चमक है। वो चमक है मेरे को, फिर वो रोना सूरत नहीं है, कुछ नहीं, कुछ फीलिंग नहीं, वो अलग ही हो गए मैं आपके घर।
ओके।
तो ये मिराकल मेरे को लगा ऐसा, इसलिए
हम्म।
आपको पूछने के लिए।
चलो कोई बात नहीं, इसी थिंग्स विल बी लाइक दिस। मैंने कहा ना कि संसार तो नहीं बदलेगा ना, आपको बदलना है।
हाँ,
वर्ल्ड इज नॉट
देखिए
गोइंग टू
बदल हो गया, अभी
चेंज,
मोक्ष को
कंटिन्यू
जाने
टू
का
बिलीव।
टाइम पे है, फिर भी ये बीच में आ रहे, देखो क्या। अब
हम्म।
मेरे को मोक्ष जाने के टाइम है,
सो
किशोर जी
दैट इज,
तो चले गए।
सो दैट्स हाउ यू हैव टू गो अहेड।
मैं तो हंसते हंसते जाते हैं अभी, खुशी से सबको टाटा बाय बाय बोल के, सबको अच्छा ट्रीट दे के आराम से जाएंगे ऐसा।
चलो, थैंक यू उषा जी।
वो फिर क्या करना मैं अब,
क्या
ऐसा
करना
हुए
है?
तो।
किस बारे में क्या करना है? व्हाट डू यू वांट टू डू अबाउट व्हाट?
अभी सिचुएशन, अब
आपके
मैं
हाथ
क्या
में है
करूं।
वो, आपके हाथ में है।
माँ के
आप
हाथ
जब
में है,
कह, आपने
महादेव
कहा
के
कि
हाथ
मुझे
में,
पता नहीं चला, आई जस्ट बिकेम दैट,
सडन बस्ट
आई
हुआ
टुक
बस।
दैट एंग्री अवतार, राइट? आपके हाथ में था वो? नहीं था ना
वो
फिर?
माया से भाग गए, वो
हाँ,
माया
सो
अभी
सो एट
आके
टाइम्स,
घर पे नहीं है अभी, चले गए। मैं नहीं रहे तो बोल के, वैसा वैसा भी होता क्या गुरु जी। अभी अपन आपके पास आ रहे बोल के मालूम है उनको, तो बहुत बुरा इससे बोले। मैं बोले मेरा गुरु के नाम के निकाले, तो तुम ऐसा क्यों बोले, गुरु
अरे
जी का
बाप,
नाम नहीं निकालना तुम, हम इतना अच्छा स्पिरिचुअलिटी अच्छा जगह में जा
फिर
रही, तुम
उषा
उस
जी फिर
जगह में।
स्टोरी भूल गए आप। शिव का धनुष टूटा, परशुराम को गुस्सा आया,
हाँ वही
फिर
वो।
भूल गए आप। आपको कहा उन्होंने? डिड दे सेड एनीथिंग टू यू?
हाँ
फिर आपको क्यों गुस्सा
बोलता
है?
हाँ, मेरे को मेरे बेटे को बोले, तो
हाँ,
ऐसा नहीं बोले।
ओके। सो सी दीज थिंग्स विल अपीयर इन लाइफ, जीवन में आएंगे जाएंगे, ये सब चलता रहेगा। रिश्तों में है, इसीलिए लोग घर बार छोड़ के चले जाते हैं, नहीं? Because they don't want to face these kind of issues, but we are not that people those who will run away from this space. हम यहाँ से भागने वाले लोग नहीं है। We want to
हाँ
prove that despite being here you can still be like Shiva. अब शिव ने
यस
तो किसी को छोड़ के कहीं नहीं गए, वो परिवार के साथ ही रहता है, फिर भी ध्यान में रहता है। Still
हाँ
he is absolutely in blissful state. Why not? Then we
यस,
want to prove that it is possible.
वही प्रूव करने के लिए अभी मैं स्ट्रगल करते हैं। मैं बोलते मैं नहीं, भगवान महादेव,
So let him take care of them.
महादेव वो देखते थे। मैं
उन,
इसलिए तो हंसी खुशी से मेरे को जस्ट पूछे आपको, ऐसा आते क्या माया,
क्यों नहीं आएगा?
ये माया रूप है क्या।
माया, माया कैसी है जानते हैं आप? Spirituality is like sugar and Maya is like ants.
या
So the moment you get into spirituality, they get attracted more towards you.
करेक्ट करेक्ट, वही वो मेरे को पता चला, फिर भी आपको जरा पूछे।
लेकिन शुगर अपना क्वालिटी नहीं बदलता. इट डजंट चेंज वेदर एंट इज कमिंग टुवर्ड्स हिम और ह्यूमन इज ईटिंग इट. वो अपनी मिठास देते जाता है, कोई भी आए. आप क्या कर रहे हो? आर
मैं
यू
वही सब,
स्प्रेडिंग दैट स्वीटनेस
मैं
ऑफ योर्स?
ब्लेसिंग दे रहे, प्रेम से रहना, सबको रोज ब्लेसिंग दे रहे गुरु जी। मेरा काम वही है, मैं 3 बजे उठ जा रहे ना, मेरा वही कर रही हूँ। बाद में मेडिटेशन करते आप 4 बजे के बाद।
हम्म.
हाँ, तो ये सब कर रही हूँ मैं डेली में, ब्लेसिंग से सबको, पहले घर वालों को, बाद में बाहर वालों को, बाद में पूरा दुनिया तक मैं ब्लेसिंग दे
और
रही हूँ।
अपने आप को?
मैं तो अपने मेरे
See, you are blessing everyone. I said the same thing a few days ago. Ki you have to protect yourself first and then only. You remember that? Shiva Guruji still
हाँ
laughs at that same
हाँ
story of
बोलते
flight,
प्लस में बोलते ऐसा कर लो।
oxygen mask falling down.
हाँ बोलते ब्लेसिंग रोज भगवान अपन को देख
कोई
लेना
बात नहीं
देख
उषा जी. For
हाँ
I'm meeting the Mahanirvana group slowly. In the next few days, I'll be meeting and I'll be giving a particular kind of
मंत्र
सिद्धि कह सकता हूं मैं उसे, which you only. It is not only about bounding your body, बंधन कर देना ताकि नेगेटिविटी ना आ सके. Not only your physicality, your mentality also, and also I'm going to give you the first to that group, the first and foremost thing through which they can help others. I want to transfer something now. Well, let's see, like how you are able to help others.
हाँ मैं आपको एक बोल असल उषा ही नहीं अंदर मानस जी है करके सोच रही मैं मेरा फेस ऐसा देखते मेरे को मानस जी दिखते तो मानस जी रहने को बदू मेरे को मैं मेरे
तो
को
फिर आप
ब्लेसिंग
क्यों
बोल के भी
परेशान हो?
नहीं
See,
सोची मैं
if I am there within, then you should not be worried about the anger. Who got angry is me then.
I am not worrying. I am just asking to you. That's all. See my face, how nice. I am happy. बहुत happy है ये. अभी भी हंसते जा रहे हैं. लोग देखे तो jealous feel होते कि उतना हंसते रहते. ऐसा नहीं हो. उतना अच्छा अंदर से अच्छा है गुरु मेरे.
That is
आप
good.
है बोले तो मेरे फेस देखिए मेरे को कितना खुशी से मैं कितना आंख में पानी नहीं ना दिल में दुखी नहीं कुछ वो जमाना गया अभी उषा नो उषा देवी मानस उषा के प्लेस में मानस आ गया मुझ में तू तुझ में मैं कल के चुपके नहीं बोली मैं रियली मेरे अंदर ऐसा आपका फेस दिखते मेरे को नजर आते तो मेरे को डर नहीं मेरे
उषा
को मैं
जी,
ब्लेसिंग क्या देते गुरुजी
हम
आपको मैं ब्लेसिंग दे सकते क्या
हम कब नहीं थे. If you go and search for the meaning of manas in heritage, American Heritage Dictionary, it
हाँ
shows a supernatural power living within all living beings. So हम
सुपर
पहले से ही
नेचुरल
हैं.
हाँ पहले
एक supernatural power living in all
करेक्ट
living things.
हाँ
तो हम पहले से ही थे. आज अभी जान रहे हो आप. चलो.
मालूम
So आपने कहा है तो आपको द महानिर्वाण ग्रुप विल गेट समथिंग इन दैट. आपके वजह से मिल जाएगा शायद कुछ. ओके. सो थैंक यू उषा जी.
थैंक यू
बस ऐसे
थैंक
ही
यू गुरु जी थैंक आप है हमको डर नहीं
जनेश जी.
प्रणाम गुरुदेव.
प्रणाम.
गुरुदेव, इसी संदर्भ में एक जो ऑब्जर्वेशन था उसके ऊपर से उठा हुआ एक प्रश्न है जो पूछना चाहता था.
थोड़ा माइक पास में रख सकते हैं और जब ब्लूटूथ. ओके.
हाँ, इसी संदर्भ में एक ऑब्जर्वेशन था.
ओके.
जिसके ऊपर से एक प्रश्न उठा वो पूछना चाहता था.
प्लीज गो अहेड. पूछिए.
रामकृष्ण परमहंस थे, फिर भी उन्होंने अपने पावर का इस्तेमाल अपने कैंसर के लिए, अपने शरीर के त्रास के लिए या किसी के लिए भी नहीं किया. जबकि आपने एक कहानी भी सुनाई थी जिसमें उन्होंने विवेकानंद जी को बोला कि तेरे को क्या चाहिए तू सोच ले. आज बचपन से ये हमारे प्रदेश के जितने भी संत लोगों का जो इतना मैंने सुना है, जैसे कि तुकाराम जी थे, ज्ञानेश्वर है, एकनाथ जी है, पुंडलिक जी है या साईं बाबा है, जब ये जिंदा थे, जब ये वो भाव में थे, जब ये परपेचुअली कनेक्टेड थे, तब जीवन की कठिनाई, सांसारिक कठिनाई उस समय के हिसाब से उन्होंने सबने झेली. जब उनमें से जब जिन्होंने समाधि ले ली, कुछ लोगों ने ली, कुछ लोगों ने उनकी खाली कहानी रह गई लेकिन समाधि नहीं ली. लेकिन जाने के बाद उनकी कहानी भी अमर हो गई, उनका अस्तित्व भी अमर हो गया. और आज की तारीख में, मतलब मैं जब छोटा था तभी मैं जब ज्ञानेश्वर की समाधि पे जाता था या साईं बाबा की पास शिरडी जाता था, इट वॉज एब्सोल्युटली ऑलराइट, मतलब हम लोग आराम से जा सकते थे, आ सकते थे। आज दोनों जगह पे मेला है, क्योंकि वहां पे उसका एज इफ उनसे निकलने वाला पावर का और विस्तार हुआ। तो ये क्या जादू है, या ये क्या व्यवस्था है? जादू तो नहीं मैं बोलूंगा, ये क्या व्यवस्था है कि जब वो स्वरूप में है तभी, जैसा जैसा आपने बताया था कि भगवान गौतम बुद्ध का जो ऑरा थी वो 2-3 किलोमीटर तक थी, उसके अंदर आने के बाद आदमी का स्वभाव बदली हो जाता था। तो इनके साथ इनकी फैमिली या इनके साथ आने वाले लोगों के स्वभाव में फर्क क्यों नहीं पड़ा? उसमें तुकाराम तो सदेह ऊपर गए, मतलब it was a very rare achievement as compared to other people who take samadhi and goes by सूक्ष्म स्वरूप। तो ये क्या व्यवस्था है कि उनके भगवान बुद्ध का इतना हुआ विस्तार, इनका ठीक है वो भगवान बुद्ध थे, ये इनका शायद उससे कम होगा या जो भी होगा, लेकिन थे तो अटैच। तो वो जो एक डिविनिटी तुम्हारे थ्रू वातावरण में फैल रही है, फिर भी वो वातावरण बदली नहीं होता है। इंसान प्राणी बदली हो गए, प्राणी आके उनसे बात करते हैं, प्राणी आके उनसे उनके दर्शन लेके जाते। मनुष्य भी आते थे, लेकिन मनुष्य का ना स्वभाव बदली हुआ, ना किसी को वो प्रभाव से कोई फायदा हुआ। ये गुत्थी, मैं गुत्थी भी शब्द नहीं वापर सकता गुरुजी, मुझे शब्द नहीं पता, लेकिन ये क्या है ऐसा?
Okay, so I'll answer this through a story then.
हाँ,
You invoked
चलेगा
a
ना,
story now.
चलेगा ना गुरुजी।
So the question here is कि उनके प्रभाव में आने के बाद भी सारे लोग क्यों नहीं बदले? अभी भी जाते हैं लोग, अभी भी they feel the miracles and all those things, but nothing changes in their life, right? मतलब ड्रास्टिकली उनमें चेंजेस नहीं आता, यही है ना?
हाँ नहीं, लेकिन अभी जो मिराकल हो रहे हैं वो मिराकल भी नहीं हुए,
हाँ,
ना
ओके।
ही स्वभाव में बदली हुआ।
So let me
आज तो साईं बाबा के सामने जाके या ज्ञानेश्वर के सामने जाके कई लोग हैं जिन पे दिल में एक आया कि मैं आज से ये नहीं करूंगा, और बाहर आके नहीं करते।
So Janesh ji, I have a question to answer your question.
हाँ बोलो।
What is your choice? Based on that, I will give you the answer. First,
ओके। हाँ,
you want to know why this is happening, or you want to know how to deal with it?
नो।
आप अपने लिए कुछ रास्ता निकालना चाहते हो, या ये क्यों हो रहा है वो जानना चाहते हो?
नहीं, ये ऑब्जर्वेशन के बाद एक जो आपने जब भी ऑरा की बात की, सूक्ष्म शरीरों की बात की, तो इट इज अ साइंस एंड इट्स अ व्यवस्था।
Janesh ji, because I am going to tell you a story which will shock you.
Okay.
And that's why I'm asking whether you want to really get an answer for that, or you just want to know why this is happening.
नहीं, क्योंकि इसका एक छोर अभी मेरे सामने बैठा है। ये जो छोर है, उसने भी जब उन्होंने डिसाइड किया कि मुझे किसी को कुछ देना है, तब तक उनके आजू बाजू किसी को पता भी नहीं चला कि ये क्या है। तो ये मेरे को जानना जरूरी है कि जो आपके अंदर, जो एक बार आपने वो साक्षात स्वरूप अंदर से अपना लिया और उसमें स्थापित होने के बाद उसको छुपाते कैसे हो और क्यों छुपाते हो?
Oh my God! You are invoking not one; you are invoking 3, 4, 5 stories together.
क्योंकि अगर वो ऑरा भगवान बुद्ध की तरह फैलती, तो जैसे भगवान बुद्ध के सानिध्य में आके कई लोगों का स्वभाव बदली हो गया, किसी के जीवन को प्रतिपादित कर मिला, इनके जीवन में इनके जाने के बाद, इनके समाधि होने के बाद धीरे धीरे वो सूक्ष्मता समाज में फैली।
Fine, Janesh ji, you change the story. I'm telling you another story now. What I thought to tell you, I'm not going to tell you that.
नहीं,
I'm
वो
going to
बोलो,
give you
ये भी बोलो गुरुजी।
another story then.
नहीं, दोनों बोल दो गुरुजी।
दोनों नहीं, 4-5 कहानियां उभर के आए हैं उसमें. But let me answer you the relevant one.
ठीक है।
So उन्होंने अपने आप को क्यों, why they disguise themselves, why they keep themselves in camouflage?
हाँ,
right? Okay.
बट वो तो एक ही जो मेरे सामने अभी मेरे गुरु है वो, लेकिन उन्होंने तो कभी डिस्गाइज नहीं किया। तुकाराम ने सबके सामने भक्ति की, सबके सामने किया, लेकिन उनकी ऑरा से कुछ नहीं हुआ।
Okay. So which story now? I am bit in dilemma which story to tell, but I'll tell you one which is
वन
most
बाय वन,
relevant to your question.
वन बाय वन।
So there was a saint जो सिद्धि प्राप्त करने के लिए बैठे थे, ठीक है, बहुत गहरी तपस्या, like kept on doing tapasya for long, but as he was evolving he stopped desiring for the siddhis also. उनमें बदलाव आया. So he stopped up asking for those siddhis and he said, no, what will I do with all this? And he just continued his practices or processes, whatever he was doing, to ultimately find his way out of this circle. Then, but as you know, yatha karma tatha phalam, as you sow, so shall you reap. So he continued doing his things. So one fine day, God sent one of his assistants, go, he is doing a great work, so give him some boons and come back, give him some powers. And his assistant came down and he started waking him up. वो अपने ध्यान में है, he started waking him up. What happened? Like suddenly opens his eyes. By looking at him, he knew that it is not the ultimate one. ये कोई assistant ही है. And so he said, yeah, so why are you stopping me here? No, he said, no, God has sent me. भगवान ने मुझे भेजा है. He said, why? भगवान खुद क्यों नहीं आए? नहीं, भगवान ने मुझे भेजा है. He has sent me so that I can give you some powers. Tell me, what powers do you want? Then he said, when God has started thinking about me, what else power do I need? इससे ज्यादा शक्ति मुझे क्या चाहिए कि भगवान मुझे याद करने लगा है? And then he said, no, but the assistant has to do his work, right? He said, no, you ask for anything, I will give you. You want to get some powers through which you can heal people? लोगों को ठीक कर सको, वैसा powers चाहिए क्या? He said, no, I don't want that. Okay, so you want to create some miracles? Do you want some powers like that? He said, no, I don't want that. Or you want to be alchemist? You can touch any stone and it will become gold. He said, no, I'm saying that when God has already started thinking about me, what more can I expect? इससे ज्यादा सिद्धि शक्ति क्या होगी मेरी कि भगवान मुझे याद करने लगा है? एक part. This is one part of the story. Second part, but the assistant was not ready to go. He said, I cannot go without giving you something. He said, then do one thing. Give the powers to my shadow, not to me. तू मेरे अगर कोई शक्ति देना चाहता है तो मेरे परछाई को दे, मुझे नहीं चाहिए. I don't want the powers. Just give it to my shadow, so that I will never know what good things I did to whom, and nobody will realize what happened in my presence. समझ में आ रहा है? So wherever I go, my shadow will do its work. लोग ठीक हो जाएंगे, उनके परेशानियां दूर हो जाएंगी, but they will never know because of me they got cured or the solution was there, and neither I will ever have an ego stating that I have done something for someone. Why did this kind of boon? Somebody will ask. Do you think it is camouflage? No, it is not camouflage. He has realized something called as ultimate. He said, after this state, what else do I need? And you remember, Janeshji, the day you have joined with me, we have started this journey. You remember, I always speak of one thing. Whether you go to a temple or not, wherever you go, that will become a temple. What does that mean? मतलब आप मंदिर जाओ ना जाओ, जहां आप चले जाओगे वो मंदिर हो जाएगा, जहां आप पहुंच जाओगे वो जगह बदल जाएगी. Have I said this or not? What was the reason behind me telling that? Because the powers will always be there with your shadow, not with you. So that you don't develop that ego. Neither I feel the ownership of this, like, okay, I gave it. Your presence is enough. Similarly, that's what I say, that when they were in the body, it was not their ethereal, not their physical body that was working. It was their ethereal aura that was working. And the body might fall, but the ethereal power never dissipates. वो कभी खत्म नहीं होता है, वो ऊर्जा कभी खत्म नहीं होती, वो बस अपना रूप बदल देता है. और आप जानते हो आज के डेट में जो मिराकल्स आप बात कर रहे हो, you know why that is happening? Because that energy has converted itself into the devotion of people. उस शक्ति ने अपने आप को लोगों की भक्ति में परिणित कर दिया है. And that's why when they are there in this physical world, they don't show it. Why will they show it? Just tell me. दिखाएगा कौन जिसके पास नहीं है? अब बताओ, आपके हाथ में ताकत है कि नहीं है? You have power in your hand or not to lift something at least? Let's say, Aswin ji, you can lift 70 pounds in your hand. Or let's say a quintal of weight you can lift with your hands. But will you carry a quintal weight in your hand to show people that you can lift it? You will be mad. आप पागल हो गए अगर वो उठाते फिरो तो. इसीलिए कहता ना, the one those who don't have, they show. And the one that has doesn't need to show it. It just happens in his presence. Vidya ji, I used to tell, if you have to tell people that you are rich, you are not rich enough. If you have to tell people you are a saint, you are not a saint enough. If you are to tell people that you are free, then you are not free enough. आप जो हो वो लोगों को दिखना चाहिए, आपको बताने की जरूरत नहीं है. So it is not a camouflage. People, those who connect with them so well, obviously will see them. No requirement of any miracle. I don't need to fly in air to make you believe that you are the Brahman. The experience that you have will speak for itself. Agreed, Sudhaji? So Janesh, are you still there listening? Or it got hanged for him, I believe. वही है ना, या अपराव जी. I used to say this, Aparav ji, the worse the product, the bigger the advertisement. So, but Janesh ji has frozen, so I am happy that I have stocked out around 3 stories with me. But someday somebody will ask, then the stories will appear again, but beautiful ones. So let me see. Santoshi ji has appeared now. So let me take up Santoshi ji's question. Yeah, Santoshi ji.
Pranam Guruji.
Stories, I will see if Santoshi ji's question is relevant to the stories. I'll tell the stories.
Okay. Yeah, Pranam Guruji.
Pranam.
Yeah, my question is like, what is smell and what is the source of smell?
Source of smell. Wow.
Like,
so the source of Anhatnath you have found. Now you are searching for the source of smell. Eh? Okay. Good
yes,
enough.
Guruji.
Now, source of smell. Source of smell, if you remember in our 9 days intensive program, the day I speak of earth element, I obviously talk about that it is coming from the smell, the quality of smell is coming because you have the earth
Okay.
material in you. Means जो पृथ्वी तत्व जो है आप में उसके वजह से वो smell जो उसका source is that. Now you have to ask me then what is the source of earth, not the smell. Because smell का source पता है, smell का source is nothing but earth element. That's why whomever you might be allergic to anything, but you will never be allergic to the smell of the raindrop falling on the soil. Have you heard anyone who has an allergy towards that? No, I've never seen, at least in my life. If you have, might have seen, agar aapne dekha hoga, that's a different thing. But the source of it is because of the earth element that we have. You see, the 5 elements have contributed to Pancha Indriyas, right? So the source of all these things are the Pancha Indriyas itself. Now the question should be, what is the source of Pancha Indriyas? The Pancha Indriyas source should be nothing but the sound again. Because of the vibration, all these things got created. Now we have to talk about what is the source of space. Because space doesn't have a source. Space is the source. And if you remember, space, when it solidifies, it becomes air. Because space, you cannot feel. You move in space, but you cannot feel the space. You are in space. You can see it. Okay, there is a space. I can keep a box out there.
Yes.
But are you really seeing the space, or you are just seeing the amount of boundary that it has? So you cannot see space, but you are only able to see the boundaries. So space is something that is already always relevant. You cannot move space. You move in space. But air is something that you feel. So that is solidifying of the space part. Then space, air solidifies into fire. Then fire solidifies into, when it cools down, it becomes water. Water solidifies, it becomes earth. Earth element goes back to the smell element. So that's how it is the source of all the things.
Okay.
But ultimately, if you ask me any questions, from where did smell came? Answer is obviously you.
Okay.
The answer is obviously you, because if you see during Corona, people were not able to have a smell sensation. Were the smells not available? The smells were absolutely available. But you're not having that quality, you are not able to smell it. So the source, that's why I said that source is coming from, but this, what we use is like a, what do you call, a device. Now I'll tell you why this device is required there. Shall I, or shall I stop here?
No.
So
Please continue.
So it is a very beautiful way of understanding something. Although I'll be moving out a little bit, but that is going to answer so many people's query. You see, when Iman asked me, he said, if you say God is in everything, why he has taken so many forms? So I have to answer that little fellow, right? I can say some stories to you, but I cannot tell a story to him. He will catch hold of me. He will say like, okay, you have to tell me why. Why he looks like you, why he looks like me, why he looks like somebody else, why he appears, you say even the ants are like that, the flies, the mosquito also. I said, yes, everything. Now, why he has taken all these small and big shapes? Anybody had this question ever? It has a very simple answer. Very simple answer. And you will understand it scientifically. Why God has taken so many shapes and forms. Have you, in your biology classes or have you ever utilized a microscope? You see, we take that leaf to say the cells and all those stuff, right? We used to draw those diagrams. Why do you need a microscope?
Because it is not visible to our naked eyes.
It is not visible to your naked eyes. So you need a microscope to see something that is so minute.
Yes.
Right? Okay. Have you been to any planetarium where you use the telescope to see the heavenly bodies out there hanging in the sky? It feels with awe, right? As a child, when you used to go, you look to that, oh my God, how it looks, huh? So remember that. In order to see the smallest of the things, you need a device called as microscope. And the things that is far off, you need a device called as telescope. So you are using a device called as microscope. You are using a device called as a telescope. Based on that, you are able to experience that. You say you see it, but seeing is also an experience. Yes or no? So when you are using a device called as microscope to see the microorganisms, if God has to see his micro creations, what should he do? Anima, Ganima. Have you heard these Ashtasiddhis? Yes. He can become like a microorganism. You see, he has created everything and he wants to experience it in his own device. What are the bodies that we think as microorganisms or me? This is just a device through which the divine is experiencing its own creation. To the smallest of the thing, it has become microorganisms. Yes. And to the biggest of the things, it has become gigantic creativity forces. So this body is just a device. Yes. The microscope has thought that it is who is all doing all it all. But this is just a device. Yes. So you use a microscope, but God doesn't use a microscope. He becomes that to experience his own creation. Now just tell me, when you cook a good food at your home, can you just give everyone to taste it and they will say, wow, wow, wow. You will know the taste of it?
No, I will taste first.
You will also taste, right? Because until you taste it, you don't know the exact flavor of it. It might be, people might be saying, wah, wah, wah. Yeah. But how about you? That wah doesn't mean anything to you, except that's inflating, right? That what we were talking about on Sunday. Except the inflating, nothing else. You will never get the taste of it.
Yes, correct.
So in this case, you taste it and then you know it. So the creator, in order to experience its creation, it becomes that. So it has a first-hand experience. Okay. So that's why it has taken a multiplicity of shapes and sizes.
Yes.
So that it experiences everything firsthand. It doesn't believe in you will do it for him. And you haven't seen the eyes that you see. Who is seeing? The smell that you are smelling. Who is smelling? The one that is hearing. Who is hearing? Can you see? The mic has thought itself to be the speaker.
Yes.
The speaker is just a device, but through this mic, it is getting enhanced. But what if the speaker thinks I am the speaker? Means the mic is thinking that it is the speaker.
Yes.
So who is the speaker? Search that, not the mic. The mic is smelling and experiencing, but who is experiencing it? So again, go back to your source. Yeah. So who is the source of your smell then? That's what I said. You are the source of the smell. Why? Because when you go back, retrace it back, you will find that it is all your creation.
Yeah.
The
That's
device.
The question. What's the spiritual importance of this smell?
Importance of?
Spiritual importance of this smell. Not, we are like using it for the physical things, you know, physical world. So how this can be used for spirituality? That is
very good.
So sound you have explained, as you earlier said.
Now,
sound, the spiritual importance of sound is clear. So there might be some spiritual importance for this smell as well.
Absolutely. Why not?
Yeah. So what is it and how to do it?
Okay. It has spiritual importance, but of a limited way.
Okay.
Why limited? I will tell you. We all see We all see the sunlight, but we don't see the ultraviolet rays in that.
Yes.
That means it is there, but we are seeing a limited amount of things. And who knows what is beyond ultraviolet also, that science has not yet seen. Possibility is there. So these devices are used to see certain things, but it has a limitations to that. Now, the limitation of your smell, the limitation of your senses, all the senses that you have, right?
Yes.
So limitation of the smell, how is it going to help you spiritually? Obviously, when you go to a temple, you smell the smell of sandalwood or agarbatti burning out there. How do you feel?
Yes.
Right? So these things also put you into a state of being in that space.
Okay.
And more than that, when you are evolving into spirituality also, you will experience certain things around you. Suddenly, a smell comes which is not around, which should not be around.
Yes.
ऐसा कोई चीज ही नहीं है जो आपके पास आए, but somehow it is there.
Yes.
Then where did you get that? How would you have known that there is something around me that is not visible, cannot be heard?
Okay.
So what do? Through smell, you experience the divine being around you.
Okay.
However, it is only limited. Why it is limited? Because you are using it through the device. But the day you absolutely transcend all these things, then there is no need of all that. And why you need a smell? So that you know what is good and what is bad.
Okay.
You smell also. But the source is obviously always you. So spiritual wise, we just utilize this because some people don't experience the vibrations of the beings around. They need something in a form of a smell, in a form of a touch, in form of a vision, in form of a sound. So what is the divinity doing? It is trying to express itself through so many ways, in whichever way you can perceive it. But what it is telling, it is saying that you are trying to perceive it, but perceive the perceiver. Who is actually smelling it? Whenever the next time you smell something, Santoshiji, question who is smelling, and you will find the source of the smell, because it will start and end with you.
Okay.
So who else?
It's me.
So these are just the devices that you have developed.
Okay.
So you see.
And yeah.
Yes, please.
And there is a way to balance it, Guruji? Like we say good, bad, and how this can be balanced.
See, good, bad is a word.
Yes.
Good, bad is just a word. I say it's a good smell, it's a bad smell.
Yes.
Have you heard of the beetles, cow dung beetles?
No.
If you bring that out and put it in a purified air place, do you think it will survive?
No.
It won't survive. So what is good and what is bad? The thing that is good for you might be bad for something else.
Yes.
It is just the way you have devised yourself out there.
Okay.
And you are experiencing everything in your creation. Everything. In every form.
Yes.
But the only thing is, you are experiencing all the things from outside. Have you smelt yourself from within? Now the question should be, Sumaji is thinking, how to smell yourself from within? The day the flower blossoms within, you will smell it. You don't need an outside smell to know that. Because at times when you're sitting in meditative processes, you are just sitting there and you're out. You are no more there in that space. What happened? You became that. And when you became that, you don't even need to perceive all those things. There is no need of that anymore. But ultimately, what you have to realize, Santoshiji, check. And in your searching of that, from where is this smell originating, the quality of smell, you will find a blossoming within you. And you will laugh at your own self and at your question, saying that I caught myself.
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you, Santoshi ji. So question everything, huh?
Yes. Thank you so much, Guruji.
Thank you. So now I will take up Ashwin ji.
Pranam Manasi.
Pranam Ashwin ji.
Manasi, I have a question. Is bhakti important or jnana important? Knowledge.
Oh, wow. Very good. So Revati ji is saying yes. That's the right question. Huh? Is bhakti important or ज्ञान is important? ज्ञान के बिना भक्ति हो सकती है? भक्ति के बिना ज्ञान हो सकता है? Which one? आपको ज्ञान है इसलिए आपकी भक्ति है, या आपकी भक्ति है इसलिए आपको ज्ञान है?
मतलब किसी का दिमाग ऐसा है कि ज्ञान समझ नहीं पाता है, तत्व वो पूरा समझ नहीं पाता है, so only what they have got is only feeling towards, like, lovely feeling towards God or something.
Absolutely. See, that is the reason so many pathways were created. You remember in Bhagavad Gita, there is in the 4th chapter, there is one statement said by Krishna. He says, the path of humans are many. When he says humans, means living beings, what he says. The path of living beings are many, but ultimately all return back to me. So whichever way you want to go. For example, someone likes to eat, someone doesn't. किसी को उस झंझट में ही नहीं जाना है. Means they don't want to get into that kind of question answer itself. Haven't you seen many people in this room, those who never ask question? वो कहते हैं हमको उस झमेले में ही नहीं जाना है. We are fine with the way you are telling us. आप यही देख लो, कुछ लोग भक्ति मार्ग में ऑलरेडी हैं. They say whatever is for me, it will rain down on me. So I will never ask a question. But there are certain people, those who want to experience it in that way also. Okay, I want to know the answer for it as well. I am feeling good about it. It's okay. But I want to know that. Jigyasa. But as it is, they all go hand in hand. कोई मूर्ख भक्त को देखा है आपने? और कोई ज्ञानी जो भक्त ना हो, इससे लोगों से मिले हो? See, when you have the knowledge, first of all, understand this. If I have a devotion towards the divinity, I will search for it. Yes or no? So if I search for it, jnana aaya. Or else I just know about the divinity, but I am not feeling that about it. So what will you do? I will acquire the knowledge. But when I acquire the knowledge, I fall in love with it. Okay. So both go. इसमें कोई बड़ा या कोई छोटा नहीं है. However, if you really want to classify that, every yuga has a specific process. जैसे, if you look at the Satya Yuga, okay, युग भी 4 तरीके के हैं और रास्ते और मार्ग भी 4 तरीके के. 4 yugas, 4 types of ways that people talk of. What are the 4 types of things that you can do? Bhakti, then Gyan Marg, then what are 2 more? Anyone?
Vairagya something.
Okay. What else? देखो, did you realize, Ashwin ji, one thing? You don't even know that, because these two are enough for you. Bhakti marg, then yog, then Gyan marg, or anyone having the fourth one also? Can you see? Yeah, कर्म हो गया, भक्ति हो गया, ज्ञान हो गया, कर्म हो गया, योग हो गया. So 4 type of things, 4 types of yugas. The kind of things that you have facilities in the age of Satya Yuga, you cannot do those kind of rituals now. It is not possible. हो ही नहीं सकता. That's why that kind of thing won't work here. But if you really want to find out a way in the Kali Yuga, the best way is the Bhakti Marg. Because Bhakti Marg doesn't need any particular process. For example, when your son was a small little kid, what all names you have called him? Right?
So many, all lovely names. Yeah.
All lovely names. Has he ever said, no, I will not listen to this? He has responded. Why? Just in that way. Any name that you call out of love, that becomes your bhakti. So there is no process to that. So Bhakti Marg would be the easiest way in Kali Yuga, because you don't have to do anything. You just lift your hands and say, all yours. But होता है क्या ऐसा? कली कली भी है. It will do its own drama. So this is how, if you just raise your hand, how can it happen? Then people will come with a tark के साथ आएंगे. They will come up with a
Logic.
question. Okay, so if you are folding your hands and sitting in front of the plate, will your food automatically go into your belly? प्लेट सामने रख दो तो क्या खाना अपने आप आपके पेट में चला जाएगा? सो ये तर्क वाले लोग हैं, तो इनको बुद्धि के साथ बात करना, ये भक्ति वाले नहीं है. भक्त जो होता है वो तो ये कहेगा कि अगर मैं बैठा हूं, इफ आई एम सिटिंग एंड आई एम नॉट इवन रीचिंग आउट टू द प्लेट, माय लॉर्ड विल अपीयर एंड फीड मी. ये भक्त की भक्ति है. लेकिन तर्क वाला ये नहीं समझेगा, तो तर्क वाले को तर्क से समझाना. इसीलिए है कर्म मार्ग. नहीं, तुम कर्म करके जियो. हाथ जब तक नहीं लगाओगे खाना पेट में नहीं जाएगा. ये क्या हो गया? कर्म मार्ग हो गया. समझ में आया भक्ति मार्ग क्या है, कर्म मार्ग क्या है? अब आया योग. हाउ विल आई नो समवन विदाउट कंप्लीटली अंडरस्टैंडिंग इट? Just like few days ago, Shiva Guruji was asking me a question. Okay, I am having all this kind of idea here, but how to experience it? There comes the yoga. Yoga means what? Yoga means not folding your body in different postures. Yoga is union. Union of the Atman with the Paramatman. संयोग बन जाना, जुड़ जाना उसके साथ, तो वो योग है. So when you come into that space, what happens? Both your buddhi and your bhakti are just kept underneath it. All that you search for is only and only one thing. You just search for the beloved whom you have not seen. मीरा, वो इतनी भक्ति करी कि योग में चली गई. She became one with that. तो योग क्या है? उसके परे अवस्था है. भक्ति की नेक्स्ट अवस्था जो है वो योग है. सो कौन कौन से गए? ज्ञान हो गया, भक्ति हो गया, योग हो गया, कर्म. कर्म जो कृष्ण कहते हैं अर्जुन को, कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते. So the way you are doing your karma, some people won't understand all these things. He said, no, I am a man of my work. मैं अपने कर्म पे भरोसा करता हूं. I don't believe in any God. I only believe in what I can do. You must have met those people, right? So what is that? In that doing also, if they know that I am the doer, and by knowing they are doing something wrong, they will get the results of it. But by knowing that I am the doer and they do all the good things, what will happen? One fine day, it will appear in some way, and that you will start questioning. Then if I am the doer, what will happen to the doer when it dies? Again, you see the cycle will begin with a question. So question से क्या होगा? फिर ज्ञान मार्ग में जाएगा. ज्ञान से क्या होगा? जब ज्ञान आ जाएगा तब भक्ति में जाएगा. भक्ति से क्या होगा? फिर योग होगा. It's a cycle. And what I want to say is, even you break this, आपको ये भी तोड़ देना है. Now, one of the stories that I missed to say Janesh ji is now apt. So Aliva ji is ready with her pen and pencil, like, okay. So the story goes this way. उन्होंने कहा ना कि, like, when Janesh ji was asking, he was saying कि people being in their aura, why did they not change? And I said, I'm going to tell you something that will shock you. And it is actually shocking. You know why? Who was the closest to Gautam Buddha? Anybody has any idea? The closest one to Gautam Buddha. Wherever Gautam Buddha goes, he goes. Whenever Gautam Buddha eats, he eats. When Gautam Buddha sleeps, he sleeps. He is no one but Ananda. But do you know what happened to Ananda when Gautam Buddha left his body? That's where it begins. Gautam Buddha, Ananda was always there with Gautam Buddha for 40 plus years. But you know what happened to Ananda? Ananda always thought Gautam Buddha is there for me forever. वो हमेशा के लिए मेरे साथ है. So what he didn't do is, he didn't kindle his own light. एक मशाल के नीचे जो दिया के नीचे जो है वो अंधेरा होता है, right? When you burn a candle, below that there is darkness. That's what exactly happened to Ananda. Ananda was always with Buddha, but he was never able to grasp what Buddha was saying. बुद्ध ने क्या सिखाया वो समझ नहीं पाया. इतने करीब था कि समझ नहीं पाया. Haven't you seen, like, things are so close to you that you cannot see? ऐसा नहीं कि चीजें दूर होते तो दिखाई नहीं देते. कभी कभी चीजें इतनी पास होती है कि दिखाई नहीं देती. That was the case with Ananda. And one fine day, Buddha said, called everyone, and he said, "Oh my dear, start finding your own ways. Spread my word, because I am going to leave this body in the next 4 months. And do whatever best you can." Now just think of, Ananda was like a blind person. Gautam Buddha was the stick for him. Yes or no? Because he thought, for everything in my life, he is going to take care. And he was taking care for 44 plus years. But now suddenly, he says, I will no more be there. Then what? Gautam Buddha said and went away. And then Ananda was sitting with his hand on his head. What is going to happen to me? Mera kya hoga? However, Ananda has spoken many times what Gautam Buddha said, Apo Dipo Bhava. He has given sermons in the villages, but never understood the meaning what he was saying. Apo Dipo Bhava. Said, be your own light. But he was dependent on the light. He was the moon, just reflecting the sun. But is that the way out? And everybody started crying, thinking what is going to happen. The foremost was like Ananda. यही तो होना था. आनंद हमेशा बुद्ध के साथ रहता है. Means Buddha is always happy. But when Buddha leaves, Ananda also goes away. Happiness disappears. Is it not? So Ananda was the most devastated. He gathered all the people. What is going to happen? How are we going to do? What? Everything shouted. But there was one person. He just sat there, closed his eyes, and happily started meditating. Amidst of them. In सबके बीच में बैठ गया. And then when you are sitting there and these people are saying, have you lost your mind or what? Buddha is leaving and you are sitting and meditating. He said, didn't you heard what Buddha said? He said, for 4 months, he has given me time of 4 months still to guide me. And he said, do your best. And I am doing my best here. I am meditating so that by the time Buddha leaves, I will become him. मैं उनके जैसे बन जाऊं वो जाते जाते. और आप अभी भी तलाश रहे हो कि उसकी अग्नि कब मिलेगी और उससे मैं जलूंगा. No. One amazing thing reminds me here, Ashwinji, another story. There was an old man and he had 10 sons. And all the sons were married. So 20 bahus. Sorry, 10 bahus. So total 20. Alibaji is laughing. Two marriages kar liye kya? Like people, can you see how frequently you jump into the spaces? So 10 sons and their wives as well. So total 20 people and their children. So around he has a gathering of around 45 to 50 people in his house. And every time he used to think, he was blind. Okay. And he always thought that I have 45 people in my house. So 90 eyes are there to see for me. Right? And always used to tell that to his friends. His friend says, you go get it test done and get it cured. It is not that your eye cannot be cured, but why are you not doing it? But he said, and it was just because of cataract, he was blind, which could be easily taken care of. But he thought, no, I have 90 eyes to take care of me. I can see through them. Oh, amazing. One fine day, everybody was sleeping and the house caught fire. Everyone ran away to save their own lives. All the 90 eyes were outside. And he was searching in between how to come out of that space. Till how long will you see through others' eyes? कितने दिन मेरे भरोसे बैठोगे? आपो दीपो भव. And whenever we are here, whatever being taught, we don't want you to be that stick, right? You should become your own pathway. Your eyes should be open. So all these things that we are trying to do here is, in whichever way, if you find we are doing all the things actually, although we are not putting a name to that, but all that you are getting, utilize that so that by the time we leave, we have our own light in our own hands. Okay. So Ashwinji, nothing is bigger or smaller. It's all about, you cannot cut a fruit with a hammer and you cannot put a nail into the wall with a knife. So everything has its own way, own process. But everything is important. Everything is required. So all the paths, can you see, when you have the knowledge of that there are so many paths, you start working on them. But as I said, ज्ञान राजा की तरह है. भक्ति मेड की तरह है. ज्ञान is like a king and the bhakti is like a maid. If the king comes to your house, you have to make arrangements. But bhakti comes to your house, it does all the work for you. So you choose which is easy for us.
Wonderful, Maharaj.
क्योंकि ज्ञान के लिए आपको बहुत सारी तैयारी करनी पड़ती है. You do this, you do that, you take care of your ज्ञान. You go here, you go there, then only you understand that. But भक्ति के लिए you don't need any preparation. भक्ति खुद ही आ जाती है और आके आपके अंदर साफ करके चली जाती है. It cleans everything within you. इसीलिए I call it भक्ति as a maid. But I am happy that the knowledge is a king that I am wearing like a crown, and I have a bhakti that is cleaning within. The yoga is always connected to that divinity, and the work that I am doing is the work of the divine. That's it. Whichever path you want to go, जिस रास्ते चलना चाहो चलो. आपो दीपो भव और आपो द्वीपो भव. Be your own light, be your own island. Okay, Ashwin ji?
Yeah. So surrenderness, bhakti is the
You
easiest
choose.
way.
I don't prescribe.
Hmm.
Whatever is close to you, you choose that path. Wherever you find it, whichever way you find it good. And don't worry, whichever way you want to go, you will find that we are there. Whichever way. And might be now, I think, Alivaji, that was the reason like why I have gone through so many things in my childhood. That itself is now making sense. That I was not learning all those because I need them. I have learned all those because I now realize that you will be needing it. So I have just become a book, a best friend who only speaks when you want it to speak. Because all others speak when they want, but the book is the only friend that speaks when you want it to speak. जब आप उससे बात करना चाहो, खोल दो, वो बात करना शुरू करता है. So I might be that book. I might be lying down, dusted somewhere on the corner of your house. But the day you pull it out again, you just dust it out and open it, you start speaking again. So it doesn't matter. I don't feel bad about it. भगवद गीता को भी नीचे गिरा है तो भगवद गीता को थोड़े ना बुरा लगता है. क्योंकि महत्व जिसका है वो नीचे हो या ऊपर, उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. It's not the position because of which it has its greatness. Its greatness, it is greatness. Chalo, Ashwin ji.
Yeah. Manasi, I'll take one more question if you allow me.
I don't have issues.
Whether to live a life of a lion or live like a cow, शेर के जैसा जीना है या गाय बन के जीना है?
शेर बन के जीना या गाय? Why the question? जीना है तो भगवान बन के जियो. शेर और गाय क्यों? जानवर बन के क्यों जीना चाहते हो? कुछ बनना है तो भगवान बनो. सुधा जी, मेरे को बड़ा अजीब लगता है, किसी को बंदर कह दो गुस्सा लगता है, तू तो शेर है कहते ही सीना चौड़ा हो जाता है. अरे दोनों जानवर है. अब चाहे गाय बनो या शेर, जानवर ही हो. जब भगवान ने आपको इंसान बनाया है तो इंसान बन जाओ पहले. Why should I become a lion or a donkey or a monkey or I don't know? So the question is wrong. Now ask me the question, shall I live like a human or shall I live like a god? Then I will answer. क्योंकि अगर गाय बन के जिए तो कोई ना कोई आपके ऊपर चढ़ के बैठेगा, और अगर आप शेर बन के जिए आप अपने ऊपर चढ़ के बैठोगे. योर ईगो विल सिट ऑन यू. और दोनों जगह पे आप पशु हो. व्हाट इज पशु? जो पाश में है. व्हाट इज पाश? पाश मतलब बंधन. पशु क्यों कहा जाता है? जो बंधन में है उसे पशु कहा जाता है. आप बंधन में हो, अगर बंधन में हो तो आप पशु हो. इट डजंट मैटर वेदर यू आर ए लायन, काऊ और वॉट एवर यू आर. इसीलिए मैं कहता हूं पशु मत बनो, पास को काट दो. कट डाउन दैट रोप दैट इज टाइंग यू. सो इवॉल्व टू दैट लेवल ऑफ डिविनिटी. सो पशु बन के नहीं, पशुपात बन के जियो, पशुपति बन के जियो. विच एवर वे यू लाइक. Become that what has created everything. Why do you want to play low?
Yeah, meaning say when situations come, like in life, two ways to handle it, like
Wow.
to accept the situation and
Another story.
which is a so accept the situation and say, okay, this is what is in my fate, or this is what is best for me, or fight with the situation. How can this happen? I will set it right, kind of thing. Whatever the
Very good.
means, whether whether by using my knowledge, intelligence, or like pray, shakti, siddhi, whatever, like fighting with the situation, or being like surrendering to the situation.
Okay. Question is, do you really surrender to the situation that is in your hands? You don't. You don't surrender actually. You only surrender where nothing is working from your hands. And you think that I am surrendered. No, आपके हाथ में कुछ नहीं रहा इसीलिए आप कहते हो कि मैं सरेंडर कर गया हूं. ये भी मूर्खता है. Or else, अगर सारे चीजें आपके हाथ में, you already have something in your hand, you never will surrender. You will show your power over there. अच्छा बताओ, गुस्सा किसके ऊपर करते हो? On whom do you get angry? Whom do you beat up? You will only get angry on those on whom you can get angry. You don't get angry with your boss. You don't shout at your boss on his face. No, because you cannot. वो आपके हाथ में नहीं है, इसलिए जो बॉस कहता है ओके. So there your intelligence is working. You feel, देखो प्रणीत ने लिखा powerless. So there your intelligence is working where I should put my hand and where I should not. बुद्धि इतने ही काम की रह गई है. But it is not that, Ashwin ji. Situational based, your mind has been given, your strength has been given in this body to handle the situations. Right? So when, let me give you the absolute way out of it. सबके लिए. कोई इससे बाहर निकलना चाहता है? क्योंकि ये तो चलता रहेगा. Because situations will come and sometimes you will feel powerful, at times you will feel powerless. You want to come out of that? Really? So this story goes this way. But I don't know why I'm telling so many stories. Have you heard of something called as ईश्वर चंद्र विद्यासागर? उनका नाम सुना है किसी ने? कौन थे? आभा जी को पक्का पता होगा. नहीं? Writer, author, freedom fighter also. Right? We can say that. Okay. Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar was a knowledgeable person or not if he is an author? Must be. Right? Now, one day, Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar was in his youth. He had the knowledge and all those things. Once he went to see a drama. And in the drama, what happens is there is a villain. हर ड्रामा में विलन होता है कि नहीं होता? नहीं तो ड्रामा कैसा? आपके ड्रामा में विलन है कि नहीं है? नहीं तो ड्रामा कैसा? ना, कभी कभी विलन होते हैं, नहीं तो कभी कभी हम ही बना देते हैं विलन, और कभी कभी पता नहीं होता हम ही विलन है. So now when he was watching that, there was the villain, and villain was always torturing ladies. That was the role in the drama. हमेशा लड़कियों को तंग करता. So there happened one situation where the villain breaks through the house and enters into the house and pulls that girl in the middle of the night. उसे खींच के लेके जाते. And Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar was so agitated with that he jumped onto the stage, brought out his shoe, अपना जूता निकाल के उसको मारने लगे. It's a real thing. It's not a story. It's a real thing that happened. उसे जूता लेके मारने लगे. He started beating him in his shoes. And that time everybody came and stopped Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar. क्या कर रहे हो? But that person who was there, who was taking the beating, the villain, he took that shoe and kept it on his head. उसने वो जूता लेके अपने सर पे रखा. You know why? He said, no one could have given me a better award than that shoe. I have gotten so many awards for my acting, but today my acting was so real that people thought that what I was doing is what I am. मैं जो उस ड्रामा में कर रहा हूं, लोगों को लगा कि मैं वही हूं, और इससे बड़ा अवार्ड मुझे मिल नहीं सकता. I have lived my life today. Then Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar was thinking what he was doing. He went to his teacher and his teacher said, listen to this one sentence very carefully. He said, when you are lost in a drama, you go through pain. अगर आप ड्रामा में खो गए तो दुखी रहोगे. अगर ड्रामा को समझ गए तो सुखी रहोगे. समझ में आया? ड्रामा में खो गए तो दुखी रहोगे, ड्रामा को समझ गए तो सुखी रहोगे. The day you are just lost in the drama, you will be unhappy. But the day you understand that it is all drama, you will be happy. Because nothing will bother you anymore. And all these things that we are talking about, life, situation, cow, donkey, lion, bhakti, mukti, all that. Can you see we are all in drama? इसलिए ड्रामा में जब तक हो दुखी हो, ड्रामा को समझ जाओ, सुखी हो जाओगे. Then everything will just be a drama, just a drama. And that's why, Apparauji, every time I come here to hit again, hello, drama, drama, drama. I don't know, I should give awards to you drama kings and queens. And first and foremost should be gone to me. मैं भी कौन सा कम हूं आपसे? मैं भी तो वही कर रहा हूं, आपको समझाते फिर रहा हूं. Then the first award should go to this fellow. But what to do? We are all playing a character in it. But the only thing is, I am happy because I have understood the drama. You are unhappy because you are in the drama. देखा नहीं लोगों को? देखो, एक प्रोड्यूसर होता है, एक कंज्यूमर होता है. In business language, understand this. There is a producer, there is a consumer. The consumer goes to the cinema theater and cries. The producer earns. What role do you want to play? The producer or the consumer? So every time you become a consumer, and I enjoy my produce. Because I know I created that. And I know all that is happening. And you also know that all that is happening is light and darkness and sound. But still, you pay to enjoy that light and darkness. आप अपने कर्म खर्च करके ये ड्रामा देख रहे हो, और मैं ये ड्रामा बनाने वाला हूं. इसलिए ना मेरा कुछ खर्च है, ना कुछ आना है, ना कुछ जाना है. जिस दिन ड्रामा को समझ गए उस दिन सुखी हो जाओगे. तो क्या करना है? Can you see? We every single day, Ashwin ji, we are carrying that lamp in our hand and we are rubbing it every single day. What's the story for today? कुछ ना कुछ कहानी लेके जीते हैं. Yes, absolutely, अल्लाह दिन. सबके पास एक एक चाबी है, सबके पास एक एक जिन है. प्रॉब्लम यह है कि जिन इसके अंदर बैठा है. Haven't you seen that one fine day you are sitting, all is fine, and suddenly you start thinking, oh, उसने मुझे क्या कहा था? She told me something on that day, and then you start scraping it. जिन फिर निकलता है. क्या हुक्म मेरे आका? Okay, can you entertain me for today? And then you get into that entertainment. Gone. Every single day it is coming and asking, क्या हुक्म मेरे आका? Okay, today I will be sad. Okay, as you say. Your wish is my command. इसलिए कहते हैं ना कि your wish is in my command, and that's why the genie is in demand. So stop buying that genie, you know. So you have created a lot of demand for that genie. क्यों हुआ कि आपको आका कहता है ना तो आपको बड़ा अच्छा लगता है, वाह वाह, इसलिए हवा हवा हो जा रहे हो. So Ashwin ji, what did you realize out of all these things? See, I have been wrapping it around, roaming it around and around. There is a reason why I'm doing it. At least you should understand. Do you know why I tell you so much of stories? At least one fine day you will realize that all those stories that I was telling was coming from your life. Yeah, and you will realize that the life itself is a story then. And when the life itself is a story, what am I worried about? Because if the life is a story, I can change any part of it. It's not a written story, it's a creative story. And I create my story every single moment. There are two ways of living. Either you read what has been written or you create your own. And I create my own. Karmanneva adhikaraste. I took my pen and I started writing. In the form of whom? In the form of divinity. Because I have understood in the microorganism, it is also experiencing itself. In this body, he is experiencing itself. So karman karne wala, the work is done by whom? The me is whom? Aham Brahmasmi. Do I need to remember in that case that asango nirvikalpo nirakara rupa? No, I don't remember. Because I am. Now tell me, you want to live like a cow or a lion? See, again, you want to go into another drama. So no drama. I am story free. I am drama free. But you can sit and enjoy the drama because you are the producer of the drama. So what do you see? Every time somebody appears in front of you, does something, don't get irritated, agitated. Look at the drama they are doing. And if you do that, if you jump into that, remember Ishwachandra Vidyasagar. That despite he being such a knowledgeable person, he lost his mind, jumped into the drama. And he made a fool out of himself. Because he was scraping his hand, sitting later. Arey, pura drama tha. I know that it is a drama. Why did I do all this? No. That's what exactly happens to us. It's not, I just took the name of Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar. I was talking about all of us. Sometimes somebody appears like a villain in our life and we jump with a shoe and start beating them up. But Ashwinji, I will give you another way of understanding it. When people say, those who are, जैसे अभी उषा जी ने शुरू किया था ना, that when we are going through spirituality, will negativity come into this play? I have a way out of that. Even if the shoe comes and hits me, I will put it on my head. You know why? That would be a reminder that I have done my job in the best possible way. अगर मैं spirituality में चलते चलते भी मेरे साथ कुछ होता है, I will realize that I have done my part so well that the divinity had to throw a shoe at me. एक जूता फेंकना पड़ा उसे. Still, I am doing my part well. और वैसे भी अश्विन जी, I go to colleges na, whenever I do any session, I said, if you don't like anything, don't even dare to throw your shoe at me, because I will take it away and run away from that place. You have to go barefoot. तुम अगर जूता भी फेंकोगे मैं जूता लेके चला जाऊंगा, खाली पैर में तुम जाओगे, लॉस तुम्हारा, मेरा कुछ नहीं। मैं खाली आता आया था, एक जूता लेके जाऊंगा। I came into this world empty-handed, and if you throw a shoe at me, I will take that shoe and go, because I have not come with anything, so I am free to take anything.
When we become the story creator, Manasji, like so using our intelligence level to control situations, like making a hero a villain because the story is in my hand, or else see that, like okay, the story is going on like a movie,
Okay.
and using our intelligence level, like the other part what I was saying, like becoming a lion,
You see,
the attacking stance. Yeah.
okay, for in this case, Ashwinji, in this case, does it matter to the producer whether he has acted as a hero earlier or villain earlier? You have seen many actors who were acting as heroes have become villains in stories, who were villains have become heroes in stories. So for the producer, it doesn't matter, because he is not bound by the character there. Here, when you are saying about addressing the issues with the intelligence, you are bound, because you are operating from a past memory of that person. How they have acted earlier, I will put them into the same action. No, that's your bondage again. If I am the producer, I will not even think. I will just put it, because I'm not bound. See, इसे कहते हैं ना, प्रेम गली भरी सांकरी, means this way is so thin and you have to go through that. That's how it is. Now there will be a lot of questions going on. How about this? How about that? How about this? How about that? Don't worry, we are there to answer your questions, because the questions are not coming from the producer. The questions are coming from the consumer. Have you realized that? Questions are coming from your mind and your intelligence, and you are neither your mind nor your intelligence. You are the one who is giving power to the mind and intelligence. Then who are you? Now ask questions. But you have to stay there where I have left you. You have to stay there and ask me questions. Gone. There won't be any questions, because the searcher of the answer has vanished. And at the same time, you feel amazing. Did you do anything? No. You just became who you are. So wherever you go, carry your shadow, because your shadow will do the magic. And let the shadow do whatever it does. This body is just a shadow to me. क्या हुआ? Why have you started meditating suddenly? Suddenly ऐसा क्यों? Everything is calm, quiet, and you say like, wow, I didn't said any mantra again. Revati ji, did I utter any sound of mantra? No. I just spoke to you, not to your ears. मैंने आपके कानों के साथ बात नहीं की, मैंने आपके साथ बात की है. That's why it pierces through all that and enters into a space where you understand what I'm saying. However, if you go back and look back what I was talking, it will make no sense. But what you are feeling makes all the sense in the world. Because there is no feeling now. Can you see, despite being in the body, you are no more the body. The sensations are there in the body, but there is a space, a cave, that where you are sitting right now. Check. And you can feel that because that is the sun from where the entire light is arising. वो सूरज की तरह आप हो जिससे पूरी ऊर्जा बाहर पूरे शरीर में फैल रही है और वो शरीर काम कर रहा है. It's working, but the sun is sitting at one place. Where are you? This is meditation. When the mind stops, ceases, and the heart slows down. When all your cells, instead of doing all that work they have to do, they stop for a moment to see who you are. It's like all these days they were looking outside, and for a moment, they all look within. Because Ashwinji, when I speak, he is within me. And when I am silent, I am within him. मैं जब बात करता हूं वो मेरे अंदर है और जब मैं चुप रहता हूं मैं उसके अंदर हूं. That's it. बोलो, सवाल पूछो. सवाल होंगे तो पूछोगे ना. People talk about taming the mind. We talk about disappearing it completely. Now, many of our thinking, actually what I was thinking, they are not able to remember that. आप क्या सोच रहे थे आपको वो भी याद नहीं. अभी देखो रश्मि जी, याद है क्या सोच रहे थे थोड़ी देर पहले आप? So what happened to you then? Now you are thinking what you are thinking. That's the power of being in the now. Knowing this is what knowing the drama is. Because now you have stepped one step outside the circle, Ashwin ji. हम सब एक घेरे से एक कदम बाहर निकल आए, इसलिए वो पूरा घेरा दिखाई दे रहा है. And can you see in this moment again, as I say, you are neither happy nor sad. You don't know what is happening. Nothing is making sense, but at the same time, you are asking yourself what needs to make a sense. Asango. This is the space where you being with everyone but attached to nothing. So what you want to become? Become yourself. Not the name, not the body, not your job. Become yourself. And let all these things run. The name will continue. The body will continue to do its work. The job will be taken care. But I am no more going into that. Whether I need a security guard at my doors or not, I should be one safeguarding myself. Thank you, Ashwinji. I made all of you gloomy, I believe.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Manasji. Completely eye-opening.
Because it's not gloominess. It's a space where you're actually asking the right question to your own self. आप सही सवाल अपने आप से पूछने लगे हो. Can you see, suddenly all those questions have vanished somewhere, like the clouds have disappeared and the sun has arisen. And now you're sitting and actually thinking, what should I ask? ये स्थिति है. And if you are stabilized in this, nothing can bother you. Nothing, absolutely nothing. So thank you, Ashwinji. Thank you for those questions.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank you,
that.
Manasji.
And thank you for bringing out those stories. नहीं तो अलीवा जी क्या काम करते हैं आज?
Thank you. Thank you, Manasji.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Anubha ji.
Pranam, sir. This
Pranam,
is
Anubha ji.
this is
So,
first time I'm coming here.
okay.
Yeah, I have been practicing meditation and I got into spirituality a year ago.
Okay.
And there was certain disturbing visions that I saw a couple days back.
Okay.
I reached out to the person under whom I was practicing the guided meditation.
Mm-hmm.
My guru, if I may call her, she asked me to join this.
Okay.
I want to ask this to you. So in a year's time, in the past few weeks, I mean, I was getting visions
Okay.
connected to my life and connected to gods and goddesses, and whenever I invoke them, they would answer me, and I was very, very happy to have attained that state.
Okay.
Apart from that, I started sensing smells either at the start or in the end of my meditations.
Okay.
I was reading certain books, and after going through those books, it also started happening that goddesses would make me feel their presence felt, either again at the start or in the end. And I was very, very happy to have attained this state. But then one day we were practicing Akashic meditations, and I just had a question around my career. And suddenly I saw a vision where a known person from my in-law side of the family, that person was doing something to harm me. I mean, something dark.
Okay.
And that vision has disturbed me so much that, if I may say, I don't know how to put it across to you, but if I may say, my meditation has seen a setback, and maybe I have gone back to the state where I was a year ago. And now again, either there are a lot of thoughts while meditating, and whatever my guru is telling me, I'm unable to focus on that. The gods, they seem angry, or they don't come, or else I doze off.
Okay.
So where I was a year ago when I had started all of this, and this is disturbing me because I don't know what to do about this.
Okay. So now, Anubha ji, so you have been practicing meditation for 1 year now, right?
Yeah.
And now suddenly, for how many days this is happening that you are not able to focus on all those things? For the past few weeks?
No, sir. It has been, I would say, 1 week since I have seen that vision.
Okay. Now just tell me one thing, Anubha ji.
Yeah.
If you have advanced to such amazing levels of meditation, which is really good, and I believe like everybody should go there. And at the same time, I have to ask a question. Despite all these gods, goddesses being around you, you feeling their presence and all those things that we are speaking of, right? How can one vision deviate you from your path?
To be honest, it's fear and confusion at the same time.
Absolutely.
Confusion
Got it.
because
Yes.
I don't know if the gods are wanting me to take a step to protect myself rather than, just invoking them at the time of my meditations and request
Mhm.
protect me. Are they asking me to step up for myself and, invoke the god or the goddess that is within myself and, actually doing something about it, doing something about my protection?
Okay. So Anu, you should take it as one simple way, as if it is not the gods and the goddesses that are trying you to step back or something as such. Rather, do one thing that I'm going to tell you to do tonight, or might be tomorrow morning. What is your timing of meditation?
Sir, I practice both after getting up and at night before going off to sleep.
Okay. So in the night, what kind of meditation are you doing?
So we practice different meditations every day. Yesterday we connected to our higher selves, and in the morning I was practicing new energy and ascension meditation. And
Okay.
sometimes I have to practice cord cutting, so I do that also because
Okay.
that really helps me, is what I have felt.
Okay. So are you also into healing and all those things?
Uh, I don't heal people, but yeah, I have I've been attuned to second degree of Reiki, so yes, I do it upon myself sometimes whenever I get the time.
Okay. Fine. No issues with that. Then use the same path to cut down this vision as Aparavji is suggesting out there. Anuvaji, tomorrow in the morning, don't do it in the night today. Tomorrow in the morning, again, you remember what the situation happened, like what changed everything for you, right?
Yeah.
So tomorrow, despite when you are sitting for meditation, instead of trying to throw that away, because what would be happening to you is the moment you are sitting to meditate, that thought is obviously lurking around you, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Now do one thing. And what is stopping you to meditate is because of that thought. You are trying to keep it away, and in that, you are not able to meditate it. So tomorrow, do one thing. Bring that thought completely into your head first. The same thought that is worrying you. Okay. Bring that thought and keep it in front of you now.
Okay.
And if you keep that thought in front of you and look at it, you see, you gaze it into its eyes, not like it is fearful. You are frightened of it. It's not that. Look it into in such a way that it should run away from you rather than you keeping it away. And don't leave it tomorrow until and unless it runs away. Would you like to do it right now?
Yeah, I don't mind.
Okay, close your eyes.
Yeah.
I will just guide you so that you can do the same thing in the morning and do it until you are free from it forever. Okay?
Yeah.
And others also in the room, if you have any kind of fear that you want to come out, you can do it right away along with us. Just like Anuvaji, she has a particular kind of situation which is deviating her. If anything is there in your life which is deviating you, you can bring that as well. So sit straight, eyes closed. Bring that image in front of you. Can you see the image?
Yeah, and it's making me cry.
Hold on. No issues. Whatever it is doing to you, just look at it. Look at it as if you are seeing it on a TV or a cinema theater kind of thing. You see that setting in that. Instead of getting involved into that, see it as if it is a movie running on the screen. The same situation that is worrying you. Can you imagine that situation in a screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so now watch it. Watch it as if you are sitting and just watching a movie. You are no way connected to that. You are just sitting and watching it.
Now actually it's making me laugh. Now that I'm imagining something like this happening on a TV screen.
So if that is making you laugh, can it bother you?
I think I'll have to practice this regularly.
It is so simple, Anuvaji.
Yeah, it was indeed so very simple.
So whenever you are doing that, because this one small thing is becoming a hindrance, na? So you can easily come out of these things, because there you were giving the power to the fear part. Here you are keeping the power along with you. So when you don't give that power, nothing is powerful than you except the power that you give. So here what we are doing is we are making it a passive thing. We are not actively involved in that. We are making it a passive thing. And when we understand that it's a passive thing, it doesn't have an impact on us.
Absolutely, sir.
So can you do that?
Yeah, this really helped.
You will be free of that. So within 2-3 days, you will be so fine with that, that it will not bother you for any time again in your life.
But sir, one more question I would like to ask.
Please.
So yeah, I mean, even if I was disturbed, because I was feeling the presence of the goddesses. Even if I was disturbed, maybe this was the time when I needed the goddess the most, okay, to be around me. Why did she stop appearing?
Because she was waiting for you to ask the question to me.
Okay.
It's as simple as that.
Okay.
She was guiding you somehow, somewhere. So you are asking me today, and within how much time she helped you out? It's not my doing. It's not my doing. It might be her doing. She's just speaking through me. They never leave us, Anuvaji. They never leave us. We always think like gods are someone who has abandoned us. No. No parent abandoned their true kids. And we are the true kids. So no one abandons us. And we are such good kids, Anuvaji, that they won't dare abandoning us.
Thank you, sir. This was really
because they cannot afford. अगर उन्होंने हमें छोड़ दिया, they cannot afford that part. That's what I believe. So live with that strong faith in that, because if you are feeling that presence, you should have that. How can you doubt that then? You should never. Okay, Anuvaji?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Hopefully we are able to help you in that part.
Yeah, sir, absolutely. This was phenomenal, sir. This was like within few seconds, I'm like, out of days of misery.
So thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Okay.
Sudhaji, please unmute yourself.
So can you see a different sound of mine? प्रणाम सुधा जी।
प्रणाम गुरुदेव। गुरुदेव, जैसे अभी आपने कहा कि आपो दीपो भव, हम ये कैसे जज करें अपने आप को कि हम आनंद बन रहे हैं या आपो दीपो भव बन रहे हैं, क्या हो रहे हैं?
क्योंकि आप गौतम बुद्ध के साथ नहीं, आप मेरे साथ हो। मैं तो पक्का ये पीट के करूंगा कि आप आपो दीपो भव ही बनो।
अपने आप को जज करने का कोई रास्ता है
ना? किस रास्ते से आप अपने आप को जज करना चाहते हो, बताओ। हम उस रास्ते से आपको जता देंगे और बता भी देंगे।
नहीं, आपने कह दिया, बस इतना काफी है।
बस, तो आपका यही मार्ग सही है।
अच्छा गुरुदेव, एक चीज और है, जो थॉट्स और फीलिंग्स में क्या डिफरेंस होते हैं वो मेरी समझ में नहीं आया ना, थोड़ा उसको आप क्लियर करेंगे प्लीज?
थॉट्स और फीलिंग्स, ओके। विचार कैसे आते हैं?
अपने आप ही आते हैं।
अपने आप आते हैं, लेकिन उसका एक ट्रिगर पॉइंट होता है। जनरली जितने भी विचार हैं, ऑल द थॉट्स दैट यू थिंक थ्रू आउट द डे आर एक्सटर्नल। अब बताओ कौन सा एक थॉट है जो आप इंटरनल सोचते हो? यू ऑलवेज थिंक ऑफ समथिंग एल्स, राइट? बताओ एक विचार बताओ जो आप मतलब बाहर के चीजों के बारे में नहीं सोचते, एक भी चीज इंक्लूडिंग गॉड, वो है विचार, थॉट्स। एनीथिंग दैट गोज आउटसाइड, इन्फ्लुएंस्ड बाय आउटसाइड, इज थॉट. And the next thing is emotions, right? Because of the thought, the way you feel within are emotions. But is thought powerful or emotion?
मुझे तो दोनों में डिफरेंस ही समझ में नहीं आता, पावरफुल तो उसके बाद देखूं।
अच्छा, विचार आए, विचार के वजह से मेरे अंदर एक भावना जागी. So the trigger point is outside, then it comes as a thought. That thought, when I put power to that, it becomes an emotion. विचार अपने आप में ताकतवर नहीं है. जब आप उसके साथ इमोशन, मतलब जब आप उसके अंदर जब पावर लगा देते हो, तब वो कार्यरत होने लगता है. So emotion is coming from, if you look at it as from head and heart, अगर नॉर्मल से समझना चाहो तो, one is the thing of the head, the other is the thing of the heart. विचार बुद्धि का काम है और भावनाएं हृदय का, not this physical one that we are seeing. लेकिन मुझे बताइए, आपको परेशान कौन करता है, विचार या आपकी भावनाएं? या जब विचार भावनाओं के साथ जुड़ जाते हैं तब?
नेचुरली बोलते भावनाएं परेशान करती हैं, विचार तो इतने परेशान नहीं करते, वो तो आए और डिसअपियर भी हो जाते हैं कभी कभी, लेकिन जो आपके इमोशन आ रहे हैं वो आपको ज्यादा।
तो अब समझ में आया, विचार संसार की तरह है, भावनाएं हमारी अटैचमेंट है उस संसार के चीजों की तरफ.
और जैसे अभी,
हाँ पूछिए.
अभी जैसे आप भक्ति मार्ग की बात हो रही थी, ठीक है, भक्ति मार्ग टोटली इमोशन से जुड़ा हुआ है, ठीक है, आपकी जो आपके फीलिंग्स आए उससे आप जुड़ गए ईश्वर से, लेकिन पहले तो हमें विचार आया कि ईश्वर कैसा है, क्या है, हाँ, और फिर वो डिसअपियर तो नहीं हुआ हमारा, तो विचार और फीलिंग लगभग एक ही हो गए फिर तो.
अब देखिए, अगेन द सेम थिंग के, कभी ज्ञान पहले आता है, कभी भक्ति. अब आपके इसमें क्या हुआ, पहले ज्ञान आया होगा कि अच्छा ऐसा कोई है, उसके बाद उसके प्रति भक्ति आई. अब सोचो 2 साल पहले आपको मेरे बारे में पता ही नहीं था, तो कहीं ना कहीं ज्ञान हुआ कि अच्छा ऐसा भी कोई है. अब आप उसके बाद जुड़ गए. थॉट फर्स्ट, इमोशन, जुड़ जाना.
इससे गुरुदेव एक चीज और है,
हाँ जी.
हम ने किसी को जैसे मिले, आपसे ही मिले, दूसरों को छोड़िए, तो एक जो फर्स्ट इम्प्रेशन आया, अरे ये तो छोटे से हैं, ये इनसे हम क्या योगा सीखेंगे, लेकिन जब क्लास शुरू हो गया तो अंदर से नहीं आवाज आई, नहीं इनके पास बहुत कुछ है. तो ये 2 मिनट में इतना चेंज कैसे आ गया?
सूरज जब उगता है वो लाल दिखता है, लेकिन उस सूरज को क्या देख के जान सकते हो कि इसमें गर्मी कितनी है? और वो 2 मिनट में लाल से पीला हो जाता है. इट जस्ट चेंजेस विद इन फ्रैक्शन ऑफ सेकेंड्स. ये वही है, ये भी जल्दी लाल पीले होते हैं.
या ये भी है कि हम उसको देख पा रहे हैं कि लाल है कि पीला है, मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि दिख गया हमें. थैंक यू गुरुदेव, ये क्लियर हो गई चीज.
चलिए, धन्यवाद सुधा जी.
थैंक यू.
Thank you, Sudha ji. Ravi garu, please unmute yourself.
प्रणाम गुरु जी, गुड इवनिंग.
प्रणाम रवि जी. 3 बार तो बाइक रोक के क्वेश्चन पूछने के लिए थे आप, लेकिन फिर भी नहीं पूछ पाए, समय अभी हुआ.
गुरु जी, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल नवरात्रि आ रहा है कुछ, वैसे तो मैं पहले आप जा रहे बोल के सुना है मैंने,
इसलिए सब सुना हो गया. अब भी तो कहा कि आपको दीपो भव. कोई बात नहीं, एक काम करेंगे, हरि भाई के पास पूरा नवरात्र के रिकॉर्डिंग्स होंगे, वो बोल दूंगा, वही टाइम पे चला देंगे, आप लोग पूरा प्रोसेस कर लो, ठीक है? खुश?
थैंक यू गुरुजी।
सो द टाइमिंग्स विल बी द सेम। हरि भाई को पूछ लो कब वीडियो चलाएंगे, वो वीडियो चला के पूजा कर लेना भाई, मुझे छोड़ो।
यस थैंक यू इसलिए फोन किया मैंने।
नहीं, इसीलिए हमने रिकॉर्ड कर दिया कि भाई संभाल लो, हमको मुक्त करो।
और प्रणाम बोलना है गुरु माँ जी के लिए।
कौन सा?
गुरु माँ को प्रणाम बोलना है।
अच्छा, गुरु माँ को प्रणाम बोलना है, चलो बोल दो, हम बोल देंगे।
थैंक यू
थैंक यू रवि।
जयराजन जी, प्लीज unmute.
Yeah, Jayarajan ji, please speak.
Namaste ji.
Namaskar. How are you?
Doing well.
Doing well. Good.
For the answer you told in the last question, you said we are the creators.
Okay.
But I have a confusion. God is the creator, no? Then how we will become creator? I don't know.
Okay. So we are going to basis again. Okay, no problem.
A small doubt.
Who created you?
God has created me.
God has created you. Okay. When?
When? During my birth.
Okay, birth. Okay, very good. After that, he stopped creating you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, very good.
I'm just growing.
Okay, so how did you grow when God stopped creating you?
He is giving, feeding me everything.
But God is feeding you. Okay, just like this, Jayarajanji. Let's say I was born out of my mother.
Yeah.
But there is another shopkeeper who is feeding me every day with milk, bread, and all those things.
Yeah.
Does he become my mother?
No.
No. So mother is one from whom I have taken birth.
Yeah.
Okay. So now God created you, and after that he stopped creating you. He is only feeding you.
Yeah.
But who is creating you then out of that feeding? When you took birth, you might be 3 pounds, right?
Yeah.
How did you become so tall? Because God has stopped creating you.
Yeah.
Then who is creating you?
My food.
Aap hi na? Very good.
Yeah.
So the person who created you, you are calling him God, and you are creating yourself every day. Why don't you accept that you are God?
Oh.
It created you once and you agreed that it is God. But every single day since that day, you are creating yourself every single day. You should be God of gods, not just God. So Jayarajanji, it's a very, very amazing question. It's not a question just I will answer once. I say go back again. You always ask me, what is Aham Brahmasmi? Right? That's what it allows you to go. Again, go back there. Ask the same question. Not to others. Ask yourself. If God created on that day, I was born, God created. After that, who is taking care of everything now?
Yeah.
Then what will happen is outside you will not find any answers. You will travel within. And whom will you find again? Who is hiding in that?
Myself.
Yourself. And where did this self came from?
As soon as I took birth, or as soon as I started searching.
Yes. And Jayarajanji, before this body, where was this self?
That is confusion. I don't know exactly.
Now go and search. That's where you should search. Because in your searching, you will get your answer. I gave a very simple answer, but it is not just an answer that you need. You need an experience out of that.
Yeah.
So what you do, what I said, just go and think on that lines. What will happen, Jayarajanji, because it's just like a seed that I have kept within you. That seed will sprout. It will create many questions out of that. And from that many questions, also many answers will appear. Why? Because it is one seed that grows into a plant and creates many fruits, and it is all that fruits also contain the seeds. That's how I say every question contains its answer within itself, and every answer has a million questions within itself. So it will be a self-churning activity. Samudra Manthan hua tha na? So that will start within yourself. That churning should happen within yourself. And when that churning is happening within yourself, first of all, the mind will come into play. Poison appears, right? But then if you continue doing that, again you will find that Shiva appears who will take care of that poison. And after that, all the elixir of life, जो आप अमृत कहते हो, वो निकलेगा आपके अंदर से. But that phase you have to go through, that poison state, because it has to come, because your mind will come and play so many things around it. But don't stop. And when that poison appears, come to us, ask the question. I will again give you an answer. But in all that doing, remember who you are. Question that. We have questioned the world, but we have never questioned ourselves.
Yeah.
So the day we start questioning ourselves, that day itself, your journey towards your enlightenment begins. So, thank you, Jayarajan ji. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
But you are creating everything every day, huh? Devo ke Dev. Very good.
Janesha ji, please unmute.
प्रणाम गुरुदेव.
देखा, मैंने कहा था ना, अभी शुरुआत से भी गणेश जी थे, अंत में भी गणेश जी ही हैं. ओम गणेश जी ओम.
नहीं. गुरुदेव 2 तारीख को चैत्री नवरात्र शुरू हो रहा है. साधना बताओ गुरुदेव.
साधन, ये देखो, ये सो रहे थे, इसका मतलब गणेश जी बीच में आपका नेट गया?
नहीं.
अच्छा.
आपने पिछली बार बताया था कि मैं कहीं जा रहा हूँ, तो मैं उसके पहले आप सबको एक प्रोसेस दे के जाऊंगा. आपने रिपीटेशन ऑफ अ लाइव टेलीकास्ट का बात नहीं किया था, जो हाईलाइट बोलते.
मैंने कहा कि करना है तो पूरा करो. और अगर 2 तारीख को है, टुडे इज 30th ना, 2nd Saturday, we'll do one thing. Friday.
या तो 2019 वाली साधना कराओ गुरुदेव, जो आपने कराई थी, वो हरिभाई को रिक्वेस्ट करा के हमको कराओ, क्योंकि वो हमको किसी को प्राप्त नहीं हुई थी. उस वक्त कम लोग थे.
So now you people decide and tell whether shall I give you one process which you will continue throughout the 9 days, or you want to do the complete 9-day process by watching the videos.
You decide.
नहीं, मैं तो हर जगह से मुक्ति होना चाहता हूँ.
नहीं, ऐसा थोड़ी ना मुक्त होने देंगे. वो हम अभी तक हमको मुक्त हुए बगैर आप कैसे मुक्त हो सकते हो?
मैं मुक्त हूँ, इसीलिए आपको मुक्त कर सकता हूँ.
हाँ, बस. तो फिर आप अभी फिलहाल मुक्त मत होइए, हमको मुक्त होने दीजिए.
ओके, सो एक काम करेंगे. सैटरडे मॉर्निंग I will initiate you on a mantra. Then कौन सा करोगे बोलो? You want to do something new, or you want to do Siddha Kunjika, or you want to do Tripur Bhairavi or Tripur Sundari? Whatever you decide.
Whatever Ma tells you.
That is a great way. So let her decide. Neither you nor I.
Yes.
Let her do that. चलो राजन जी, जो उस दिन आएगा. So most probably we will be meeting on Saturday morning. Okay?
चलेगा.
Done. दीपिका जी हंस रहे, बोले कि अच्छा हुआ, और एक चीज मिल गया फिर से. जन्नेश जी का धन्यवाद करो सब.
नहीं गुरुजी, धन्यवाद आपका गुरुजी.
मैं जितना मुक्त होने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ, उतने ही बांध रहे हो. ठीक है. ओके. ये देखो अदिति जी, हाँ, अब अच्छे अच्छे सवाल पूछेंगे। रश्मि जी भी आ गए नहीं? अच्छा ठीक है।
हर हर महादेव।
हर हर महादेव।
सवाल मेरा ये है कि हनुमान जी के बारे में जैसे हम लोग सदाशिव, हर एक रूप को सदाशिव के रूप में हम लोग एक्सेप्ट करते हैं, इट इज द रियलिटी। तो हाउ इज इट, हनुमान जी के बारे में ये क्या है? और ब्रह्मचारी जो लोग होते हैं, मीन्स I don't know, means क्या, means what is the concept for them? Means हनुमान जी अगर ब्रह्मचारी है तो क्या?
See, Shiva is very
Explain
intelligent. He didn't want to leave out on any experiences. He said, let me live like a bachelor and see how it feels. Because people say, happy after marriage, it is not good. Bachelor life was good. So he has all the things he can do. No, not that. that's all stories for kids. What exactly you want to know about him?
अगर हनुमान जी का सदाशिव रूप है तो क्या है, कैसा है exactly?
जल्द पता चलेगा. Because something is coming. Something is coming. That's what I was speaking about in the beginning of the day.
Sorry.
So let it come. You want to know or you want to experience? देखो, खाली जानोगे तो एक्सपीरियंस नहीं हो सकता, एक्सपीरियंस कर लोगे तो जान लोगे.
We are all ready.
So then let it come. उसके बारे में बात करूंगा तो बहुत लंबा जाएगा. Because what I am going to introduce is not the big Hanuman. I am going to introduce the small one. एक बटुक घूम रहा है ना घर में, और दूसरा बंदर घूमेगा. देखो, I'll see.
Okay.
Okay, Aditi ji. But I think somebody is leaking the papers. I have to stop that. रश्मि जी, आत्म नमस्कार.
आत्म नमस्ते, अहम ब्रह्मास्मि, हर हर महादेव, जय महाकाल.
वाह, और कुछ है तो वो भी बोल दो. महादेव महादेव.
महादेव महादेव. मानस जी, क्वेश्चन तो कुछ भी नहीं है मेरे पास. एक्सपीरियंसेस हैं, बटुक भैरव जी के तो बहुत सारे हैं, धनाकर्षण के भी बहुत सारे हैं, तो मैं सारे तो नहीं बताऊंगी लेकिन कुछ शेयर करना चाहती हूँ.
नहीं, कुछ लोग कंजूस होते हैं, वो बताते नहीं है, हम क्या करें.
नहीं, मैं बताने बैठूंगी तो फिर 1 घंटा लग जाएगा इसलिए एक एक्सपीरियंस तो लास्ट संडे का ही है, पिछले संडे का. आपका सुबह का सेशन शुरू हुआ जो 5 o'clock का, वो मैं अटेंड करते करते यहाँ पर माँ नर्मदा जी का घाट है, घर से 25 किलोमीटर है, 20 to 25 किलोमीटर. तो मेरे हस्बैंड ने एक सेकंड हैंड न्यू कार ली है, सेकंड हैंड कार.
कार होता है.
तो वो अभी ज्यादा चलाते नहीं है, तो हमने कहा कि माँ नर्मदा जी के यहाँ ले चलो, उनके दर्शन कराएगी कार तो शुद्ध हो जाएगी. तो मैंने कहा वहां चलते हैं. तो आपका सेशन शुरू हुआ था, हम जाते टाइम आपका सेशन अटेंड कर रही थी मैं, आते टाइम में यूके का सेशन चल रहा था. जब हम वहां पर पहुंचे और हमने स्नान किया, वहां रेत का घाट है, और वो जगह ऐसी है जहां पर मैं पूरे महाकाल की सेना को बुलाना चाहती हूँ. आप जब आएंगे पूरे महाकाल की सेना के साथ तो मैं वहां पर आपको जरूर लेके जाऊंगी. मतलब
अब
मेरी
कुछ
बहुत
लोग
दिली
परेशान
इच्छा
हैं रश्मि जी, ये कितने ग्रुप बना रखे हैं लोगों ने. अच्छा,
और वहां पर जब पहुंचे तो स्नान किया। वहां पर बिल्कुल नर्मदा जी के किनारे रेत का घाट है, एक छोटी सी कुटिया बनी थी, कुटिया भी नहीं, ऐसे टेंट टाइप का था, उसमें एक खटिया बिछी, एक माता राम थी, माता जी व्हाइट कपड़े पहने हुए, वो सबको बहुत डांट रही थी, चिल्ला रही थी। वहां पर कोई नहीं था। नॉर्मली यहाँ क्या होता है, यहाँ जब अमावस्या या पूर्णिमा पे नर्मदा जी में स्नान करने जाते हैं तो गेहूं लेकर जाते हैं। तो वहां पर जितने भी लोग बैठे हुए रहते हैं, परिक्रमा वासी, जो वृद्ध लोग या विडोस, उनको गेहूं दान करते हैं। तो हम लोग भी घर से गेहूं लेकर गए, हमने नहाया, वहां पर स्नान किया और पूजा की। वहां पर जो भी शिवलिंग, जो भी मूर्ति रखी रहती है पत्थर की, वहीं पर ही कर देते हैं पूजा, और माँ नर्मदा जी की पूजा की। मुझे वहां कोई भी नहीं दिखा, सिर्फ वो माता जी ही दिख रही थी, उनके पास में ही बिल्कुल किनारे पे उन्होंने वो टेंट लगा के रखा हुआ था। मैंने उनको कहा कि माता जी ये गेहूं ले लो करके, तो उन्होंने कहा कि ठीक है, ये मेरी फट्टी बिछी है, इस पे बोरी है, उस पे डाल दो पूरे गेहूं। मैंने कहा ठीक है। मैंने वो गेहूं उस पे, बहुत उससे उन्होंने बुलाया, मैंने वो गेहूं उस पे डाल दिए उनके टेंट के पास। ऐसा कभी हुआ नहीं है, मुझे काफी साल, 10 साल हो चुके हैं वहां जाते हुए उस घाट पे। वो माता जी ने एक मुट्ठी गेहूं लिया, उसमें कुछ मंत्र पढ़े, ब्लेसिंग्स दी और मेरे झोली में वापस डाल दिए। फिर 5 मुट्ठी और गेहूं लिए, वापस झोली में डाल दिए। फिर मैंने उनको कहा कि आप, मैं पैसे भी रखे थे हाथ में, तो मैंने नोट के साथ एक सिक्का और रख लिया। मेरी मम्मी कहती थी 1 रुपए लगा दे तो उसका महत्व बढ़ जाता है, 20 की जगह 21 देना चाहिए, 100 दे रहे हो तो 101 देना चाहिए। तो मैंने, पता नहीं क्या मन में आया, तो मैंने एक नोट के साथ एक सिक्का रख लिया उस दिन। मैंने उनको दिया तो बोलती नहीं, अंदर आ, मेरी कुटिया में अंदर आ। मैं उनके पास गई, उन्होंने मुझे 2 प्रकार के तिलक लगाए, एक वो 3 धारी वाला तिलक और एक त्रिशूल का, और बोलती अब पैसे दे मुझे। मैंने उनके हाथ में पैसे दिए, उन्होंने एक का सिक्का फिर से ब्लेसिंग्स दिए, अभिमंत्रित किया और मुझे वापस दे दिया हाथ में मेरे रखकर। बोलती है इसको अपनी बरकत के स्थान पे रखना। मैंने कहा ठीक है। अब बार बार वो जब सबको डांट रही थी, जब हम वहां घाट पे पहुंचे थे, वो बोल रही थी दूर मत जाओ, यहाँ डूब जाओगे, कल ही 3 लोग डूब के मरे हैं, और मस्ती नहीं करो, साबुन से नहीं नहाओ, मतलब बहुत ऐसे प्रिकॉशन इंस्ट्रक्शन सबको दे रही थी। लेकिन एक बार भी उन्होंने मुझे, मेरे हस्बैंड को या तीनों बच्चों को नहीं डांटा, जबकि मेरे बेटियां तो बहुत मस्ती कर करके नहा रहे थे वहां पर। एक बार भी, दूसरे बच्चों को डांट रही थी वो, लेकिन मेरे बच्चों को उन्होंने नहीं डांटा, और बार बार बोल रही थी। हाँ, फिर मेरे हस्बैंड ने प्रसाद लाए, नारियल जो फोड़ा, तो उन्होंने कहा लो माता जी ये नारियल ले लो। तो वो कहती हैं मेरा ही चढ़ा हुआ प्रसाद मैं कैसे खा लूं। उन्होंने वो प्रसाद नहीं लिया, नारियल उनको दिया, तो उन्होंने मेरे हस्बैंड को बोला ये कन्याओं को दे दो, मेरा हुआ चढ़ा हुआ प्रसाद मैं नहीं खाती। उस टाइम पे मुझे वो बार बार बोल रही थी, तो मैंने कहा यहाँ रहते उनको फीलिंग आ गई होगी है। लेकिन मैं घर आई तो मुझे बार बार लग रहा था वो माँ नर्मदा जी ही थी जो साक्षात मेरे सामने थी। और मैंने उनके पैर पड़ के आशीर्वाद लिए और फिर हम वहां से चले गए। लेकिन वो जो उनका साथ था, मुझे ऐसा लगता है अब मैं इस संडे फिर से मुझे जाना चाहिए और बार बार मिलकर आऊं मैं। और उसके बाद बटुक भैरव जी का एक बहुत एक्सपीरियंस हुआ। मैंने आपको बताया मेरे हस्बैंड को अभी कार चलाना बहुत अच्छे से नहीं आता है। वहां से उस घाट से 10 किलोमीटर की दूरी पर एक ही दिन में 2 इंसिडेंट्स हुए। आपके सेशन में जाते जाते वो फर्स्ट हुआ, मतलब 10 बजे तक हम वहाँ 7:30 बजे तक पहुंच चुके थे और 10 बजे हमने वो माताराम को गेहूं दिया। वहां से जब चले तो मेरे हस्बैंड बोले कि सलकनपुर चलते हैं। सलकनपुर वैष्णो देवी जैसा स्थान है, यहाँ पर पहाड़ों के ऊपर है। वहां पर 4 व्हीलर्स जाती हैं, 2 व्हीलर्स जाती हैं, लेकिन जो एक्सपर्ट ड्राइवर हो सिर्फ वही ले जा सकता है, हर किसी के बस की बात भी नहीं है कि 4 व्हीलर ले जा सके। मैंने हस्बैंड को बोला ठीक है, वो रोप वे भी चलता है वहां पर, तो मैंने कहा ठीक है रोप वे से चलेंगे। मेरे हस्बैंड बोले वहां जाके सलकनपुर पहुंच के अचानक से उनका मन हुआ कि सलकनपुर जाना है, हमारा पहले से कोई डिसाइड नहीं था। मेरे हस्बैंड वहां जाके बोलते मैं ही गाड़ी ऊपर लेके जाऊंगा। मैंने कहा नहीं नहीं आप रहने दो। मेरी बेटी भी बोली बड़ी वाली, पापा आप रहने दो, अभी आप प्रैक्टिस कर लो फिर जाएंगे। मेरे हस्बैंड बोले नहीं नहीं मैं ही लेकर जाऊंगा। मैंने बटुक भैरव जी को तो साथ में बिठा के ले ही गई थी गाड़ी पे, जो खाली जगह रहती है मेरे बाजू में, मैं उनको बोल देती हूँ पूरी कार आपकी है, आप जहाँ चाहो बैठ जाओ। पहले तो बाइक थी, तो बाइक की खाली जगह सिर्फ टंकी पर रहती थी पेट्रोल की, तो उस पर उनको बिठा देते थे। मैंने बटुक जी से प्रार्थना की, अब इनकी भी जिद आप पूरी कर दो, बैठ जाओ आप ड्राइविंग सीट पर। हम कैसे ऊपर चले गए और कितने कंफर्टेबली वापस आ गए और घर आ गए, हमको पता भी नहीं चला। मतलब इतना आश्चर्य हो रहा था मुझे कि मतलब मेरे हस्बैंड ने इतनी चढ़ाई वाली जगह, क्योंकि पहाड़ी की जगह और काफी स्ट्रेट रोड है वहां पर, तो बटुक जी ने उस दिन क्योंकि मुझे कुछ और रास्ता नहीं सूझा, मैंने कहा बटुक जी आप ही बैठ जाओ ड्राइविंग सीट पर और चलाओ गाड़ी आज तो वो एक बहुत अमेजिंग एक्सपीरियंस था। मैंने ये किसी के साथ शेयर नहीं किया और अपने हस्बैंड को भी नहीं बताया। वो बोले देखो मैं ले आया ना गाड़ी, मैंने कहा हाँ बटुक जी को बैठा के रखा था मैंने वहां पर। और बटुक जी के एक्सपीरियंस तो मेरे बहुत सारे हैं। एक बहुत कॉमन एक्सपीरियंस है जो सबके साथ शेयर करना चाहूंगी। जब भी मेरा कोई पार्सल रुक जाता है, पहुंचता नहीं है, तो बटुक जी को मैं बोल देती हूँ, वो पता नहीं कहाँ से कब पहुंच जाता है पता नहीं। मुझे हरि भाई ने शिवरात्रि के पहले पूछा था, रश्मि जी अभी तक पार्सल नहीं आया, मैंने कहा आप चिंता मत कीजिए आ जाएगा। उन्होंने मुझे रात को पूछा है, सुबह पहुंच गया, जबकि 3 दिन पहले ही भेजा था यहाँ से। मतलब पॉसिबल नहीं था वो 3 दिन में वहां पहुंचना, और स्टेटस भी शो नहीं कर रहा था। लेकिन रात को हरि जी ने पूछा और सुबह उनको मिल भी गया। और ऐसा कई बार हुआ है कि स्टेटस शो नहीं हो रहा है लेकिन लोगों को डिलीवर्ड हो गया है पार्सल। कैसे जाता है पता नहीं। मैं सिर्फ बटुक जी को बोलती हूँ जहां भी अटका है आप तो जाओ और उठा कर दे आओ।
धन्य हो आप,
और
बटुक को सारा काम करवा रहे हो, बेचारे को खाना वाना खिला रहे हो कि नहीं,
खाना खिला रही हो,
गाड़ी चलवा रहे हो, पार्सल भिजवा रहे हो, जरा दुबला पतला
और
ना हो
बच्चों
जाए।
के साथ खेलते भी हैं वो। नहीं नहीं, खाना बहुत अच्छे से देती हूँ मैं, और ख्याल भी रखती हूँ उनका। पूजा के कमरे में उनका स्थान है, वो जहाँ चाहे सो सकते हैं। और बेटियां जब बहुत परेशान करती हैं और कहीं बाहर खेलने जाती हैं, तो मैं बोलती हूँ उनको आप जाइए और देख उनके साथ खेलिए। तो बहुत सारे एक्सपीरियंसेस हैं, और भी हैं, अब मैं नेक्स्ट उसमें शेयर कर दूंगी।
जरूर। सो रश्मि जी, धन्यवाद, आपने शेयर किया और गुड। मुझे तो लगता है कभी कभी एक एक्सपीरियंस शेयरिंग सेशन भी रखना चाहिए हम।
हाँ, मैं तो कम से कम 1-2 घंटे बोल ही दूंगी। और माँ नर्मदा जी तो है मानस जी, वो घाट इतना प्यारा है, इतना सुंदर। मतलब वहां बैठ के जितने लोग भी अनुष्ठान करें, वहां कोई पाबंदी भी नहीं है ऐसी, मतलब कोई रिस्ट्रिक्शन नहीं है कि
तो
हम
किसको
कुछ ना
बोलना
कर
चाहिए,
सकें।
किसको बोलना चाहिए पूरा जुगाड़ करने के लिए?
आपको और किसको?
ये देखो राजन जी ऑलरेडी आंसर बोल चुके हैं, आप नहीं बोल रहे, मेरा नाम नहीं बोलना चाहिए। जो गाड़ी चलाता है, जो पोस्ट ऑफिस लेके जाता है, वही हमको भी पार्सल कराएगा, उस हम सबको वहां पे। और क्या?
बिल्कुल, मैं तो चाहती हूँ जल्द से जल्द पूरी सेना आए एम ब्रह्माष्टमी की, और बड़ा सा हम अनुष्ठान करें माँ नर्मदा जी के किनारे पर।
वाह रे वाह, चलो, पता नहीं
मुझे तो
कहाँ
किसी
कहाँ
चीज की
जाने वाले।
चिंता नहीं है, ना बुलाने की ना व्यवस्था करने की।
सो थैंक यू रश्मि
मेरी
जी।
तरफ से जितने लोग लाइव हैं उन सबको भी इनविटेशन है, जितने लोग लाइव हैं।
ये
नहीं
सब
तो
लाइव है,
मैं
पूरी पूरी
किसी को।
दुनिया लाइव है।
थैंक यू
थैंक यू
सो मच
रश्मि जी।
मानस जी। थैंक यू हरि
जरूर
भाई, थैंक यू
जरूर
मानस।
जरूर जरूर इस बार प्लान करेंगे रश्मि।
हाँ, महाकाल तो आना ही है ना, महाकाल की सेना है तो महाकाल के दर्शन तो करने आना ही पड़ेगा सबको।
पक्का पक्का।
महाकालेश्वर से ओमकारेश्वर दोनों एमपी में ही है, 2 ज्योतिर्लिंग और माँ नर्मदा जी का घाट।
और आपका घर।
वो तो है।
चलो, सो थैंक यू रश्मि जी।
थैंक यू मानस जी, थैंक यू।
सो 2 things. One, the Mahanirvan group, get ready. There is something important for you because that is required now. तो आपके लिए जरूरी हो चुका है अभी। Then second, for the Saturday morning, 2 तारीख का. So I will see what is coming for you. Whatever comes, you get that. जो कोई भी साधना आपके लिए होगी वो आ जाएगा, आप कर लेना. Okay. And if you are interested, Hari Bhai can also arrange the videos. If you want to do the processes by watching the videos, you can do that. Whatever you want. So till we meet, let us remember one thing. That all that we talk, all that we do should always bring us closer to our homes. Always bring me to that space of divinity. So may you find your ways, may you find your path. And till we meet again, live and shine and stay divine. And all the issues and all the things that you are going through might be in this upcoming Navaratri. May the blessings of the Divine Mother reach all of you. May all your issues, problems of your life that have become a hurdle for you, may you all get a way out of it. So with this devote like prayer in my heart for all of us. See you soon. Till then, stay God and be God. Thank you so much.